Iowa Cubs broadcast network as well.
Best tailgate? It's got to be burgers and an ice cold Coke.
Real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. It's subs.
Nah, hot dog.
No, Dodger dog.
I'll drink to that. Pass me a Coke. It's gotta be crawfish. Mac and cheese.
No. 7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus. What? You need a hot grill.
An ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day? Race day.
Calls for Coke.
You know it.
It's Tailgate 101.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They're all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough.
Also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
Make more memories together this summer. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion with friends and family, hosting clients, or treating your staff, take them to Principal Park for an unforgettable time. Groups of 25 or more qualify for reduced prices. Come eat, drink, and watch baseball as a group for as low as $7 per ticket. Visit iowacubs.com to book your outing and ask about adding on a unique group experience.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
I'm James Triantos, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
Yeah, there you caught the tail end of today's national anthem. Nicely done by Brendan Schlomer, and that means we are just about ready for baseball on this Saturday afternoon, game 2 of the season for the Iowa Cubs against the Omaha Storm Chasers. And now we'll take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Wellaby. iCubs fans, tonight's starting lineups are presented by Wellaby since 1929. Wellaby has provided insurance solutions to help people protect their health and financial well-being. Learn how you can be well by preparing for tomorrow and living better today at Wellaby.com. First, we'll look at the Omaha Storm Chasers starting lineup this afternoon. And at the top, it looks very familiar, just like it did yesterday. Left hitter John Rave leading off. Nick Lofton, Tyler Gentry, the 2 and 3 hitters. Joey Weimer is in center field today batting cleanup, followed by Harold Castro, Luke Maley, Nelson Velasquez, a former Iowa Cub, and then Tyler Tolbert and Cam Devaney rounding it out. And again, Chandler Champlain, who made a playoff start last year, is on the hill for Omaha. Meanwhile, the Wellaby starting lineup for the Iowa Cubs, again, very similar to last night's opener. Christian Franklin is going to lead off. He's out in center field. Owen Casey, Kevin Alcantara, Moises Ballesteros. After that, a very prospect-laden top of the order. Ben Cowell's batting 5th. James Triantos, and Jonathan Long, Dixon Machado, and Reese McGuire, the catcher, to round it out. And as you see on your screen, Jordan Wicks makes his 2025 debut with the Iowa Cubs. Wicks, the left-hander who spent a little bit of time with the iCubs a season ago, but a good chunk of time with the big league club in Chicago. Wicks is looking to get his 2025 off to a quality start. 6'3", left-hander, 25 years old, from Conway, Arkansas. He made 7 starts here in Iowa last year, put together an 0-4 record at a 5.57 ERA over 21 innings. But more importantly, he threw 11 times, 10 starts for the Chicago Cubs. He was 2-4 there with an ERA of 5.48. Well, we are ready for baseball on this Saturday afternoon. John Rave ready to lead off. He was in this pole position in the Omaha lineup yesterday and went 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. It'll be lefty on lefty to start. Wicks will work out of the stretch. Machado in at third base. And the first pitch today on the way and popped up foul back behind the dish. 93 miles per hour on the Wicks fastball, and we get started right on time at 3:08 p.m. Not quite as windy as it was last night. The ball was really flying here at Principal Park as Wicks offers once again to John Rave, who takes a little bit downstairs at 91. And the count evens a ball to strike. As Wicks wearing the bright blue spikes on his shoes, the CUBS wearing those alternate blue tops for the first time today. Red numbers on the back, the 1-1, a breaking ball dances down and away, and it's a hitter's count now for Rave, 2 balls and a strike. Wicks with a four-seam fastball, changeup, and a sinker. Those are the 3 main pitches. Mix in a curveball, slider, and sweeper as well. 2-1 to Rave, and that's outside with an off-speed pitch. And in the driver's seat is Rave, who again walked 2 times last night and trying to open the ball game today with another. He was the hitter of the year here in Omaha, as awarded by the Royals organization last year. And he hits a hard ground ball to first. Jonathan Long stays down on it, knocks it down with his body, and takes it himself to the bag for the first out today. And with that out, we'll let you know how the defense looks for the Iowa Cubs. Defensive alignment brought to you by Artisan Capital Group. Don't miss out on all the fun that downtown Des Moines offers. And check out Cityville on 9th, managed by Artisan Capital Group. The outfield today for the Iowa Cubs, Alcantara, Franklin, and Casey from left to right as Nick Lofton stands in and looks at a fastball for a strike. The infield, Jonathan Long, you just heard him make the play at first. Triantos and Cowles are up the middle. Dixon Machado at third with Reese McGuire catching. McGuire, the new addition defensively today. Wicks bites a pitch inside off the corner, 87 miles per hour, and it's even 1-1. Lofton 0 for 3 with a walk last night. Wearing the long blue sleeves under the gray uniform, and he's out in front of a changeup. Just got a piece off the end of the bat, rolled it over toward the Omaha dugout. Now, Omaha's offense really struggled to get going last night. For a while, their only hit was an infield single by Tyler Tolbert. That was the case through 3 innings. And they put something together a little bit later in the contest. 2-strike pitch from Wicks, a little bit upstairs. Not a bad location there. And Reese McGuire, the catcher, lets him know that's exactly where he wanted that offering. And a timeout used here by the hitter Nick Lofton. He spent a decent amount of time in Omaha last year, 58 games. 2-2, up and away. And so a full count, another 3-ball count here for Jordan Wicks to open the ball game. Former first-round pick of the Cubs in 2021. Fires the payoff pitch, and it's up and away. Lofton takes the walk. That was one thing the CUBS pitching staff did struggle with a little bit last night. They struck out 15, one shy of their season high from 2024, but they also issued 4 walks, 2 each for Connor Nolan, the starter, and Trevor Richards out of the bullpen. So the first walk today. Lofton is aboard for Tyler Gentry. And the right fielder for Omaha is swinging away on the first pitch and lifts it foul. So Wicks has gone to a 3-ball count to each of the first 2 hitters, but he has been ahead 0-1 on all 3 hitters for Omaha here in the first. Gentry 1 for 3 with an RBI double last night. Infield at double play depth with 1 out. Wicks stares at the runner, comes home, and a backdoor slider misses off the plate. And Wicks a little bit upset that he didn't get the strike called that time from home plate umpire Dylan Wilson. Dylan Bradley at first. The crew chief Ben Phillips is at third today for the umpire crew. Wicks 1-1. Just a little bit downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. And Jordan Wicks, you can see from his body language, a little bit frustrated with the strike zone at this point in time. Crowd still filing in on a Saturday afternoon as Wicks comes home with a 2-1. Driven in the air, center field. Christian Franklin looking up through sunglasses, eases back and will make the catch. Again, the wind not going to play as big of a factor today as it did last night. There are two gone in the Omaha first for Joey Weimer, the center fielder. Weimer 1 for 4 with an RBI. Came up as a Milwaukee Brewers farmhand, made his debut there, then went to Cincinnati and had a little bit of time with the Reds big league club, but a good chunk of time in Louisville down the stretch last year. Now with Kansas City. Powerful right-handed hitter takes off the inside corner, ball one. He's a product of the University of Cincinnati. Joey Weimer with a curly blonde hair flowing out from under the helmet, a very unique batting stance. He swings and rolls one over to third. That's gobbled up by Machado, goes the short way to second where Triantos is waiting, and the top of the first is over as Wicks works around a one-out walk. After a half inning, Omaha nothing. The iCubs coming up right here on Marquee Sports.
Musco Sports Lighting is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Cubs. Since 1976, Musco has called Iowa home while creating the most innovative sports lighting solutions in the world. Musco's LED system improves visibility and creates light shows to celebrate everything from a home run to another iCubs win. From Principal Park to community fields to the biggest stadiums in the world, Musco creates a better experience for players and fans. Learn more at musco.com.
Escape to paradise at Principal Park for Margaritaville night on Friday, June 14th. Enjoy a night of island vibes with a live performance by Banana Wind, a Hawaiian t-shirt giveaway to the first 1,000 fans, and the ultimate feast, a cheeseburger and margarita special. Kick back, soak up the summer fun, and enjoy baseball with a tropical twist. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
Want a burger that jumps out at you? Then Zombie Burger and Drink Lab is the place to go. Zombie Burger is the home of the famous gourmet bashed burger, a custom 3-cut beef blend that's smashed on the grill for a crispy edge that seals in the flavor. There are more than 25 signature burgers and sandwiches are topped with everything: guacamole, cheese curds, you name it. Zombie Burger has it. Remember, any burger can be ordered with a vegetarian or vegan patty. Need your zombie fast? Order online at zombieburgerdm.com or visit Zombie Burger in downtown Des Moines, just blocks from Principal Park and Jordan Creek Mall. Zombie Burger, it's a no-brainer.
I'm Benjamin Cowles, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
Christian Franklin at the plate to lead off the bottom of the first for the Iowa Cubs. He swings through a 93-mile-an-hour fastball from Omaha. His starter tonight, Chandler Champlain, 6'4", 225 pounds. Champlain from Mission Viejo, California, 25 years old. Franklin 2 for 4 with an RBI double last night. Swings away and lines the ball hard toward right field, but it's right at Gentry. The right fielder for Omaha makes the grab. Hard hit ball, but it's out number one. And with that play by Gentry, we'll give you the Artisan Capital Group defensive alignment for Omaha today. Around the infield from right to left, Harold Castro, Tyler Tolbert, Cam Devaney, and Nick Lofton. Outfield left to right, Rave, Weimer, and Gentry. Luke Maley is the catcher. Here's Owen Casey. Big bender from Champlain. Gets him on top 0-1. Casey had one hit last night, but boy, was it a big one. A home run to right center field. 420-plus feet, and he takes another strike called 0-2. 1 for 3, 1 home run, 1 RBI, and Casey will use his timeout. You've got 9 of the top 30 prospects, according to MLB Pipeline, in the Iowa Cubs farm system, or in the Chicago Cubs farm system here in Iowa this year to start the season. Casey takes off the plate from Champlain. And more than that, yes, there are a lot of top prospects here. Count is 1 and 2. Yeah, that changeup darts back over the inside corner, called strike 3. So Casey goes down looking, and there are 2 gone quickly for Champlain, the Iowa Cubs' first inning. That brings Kevin Alcantara to the plate. Well, the point I'm making, yeah, there are 9 of the top 30, but when you consider where those 9 rank in the top 30, it is loaded with top 10 prospects. Alcantara 0 for 4 as one of those top prospects. First pitch he sees today is down and away. Cade Horton, the number 2 prospect. He'll start a game next week in Indianapolis. Casey, number 3. Moises Ballesteros is 4th. James Triantos 5th. Alcantara takes again off the plate, 2-0. You have this guy, Kevin Alcantara, at 6th overall. Jonathan Long is 13th. Jack Neely is 16th. Just a great group here to start the year. 2-0 to Alcantara, dangerous hitter, and Champlain locates well. Getting one over for a strike. Ben Cowles, who had a big game last night, comes in 22nd according to MLB Pipeline. Infield straightaway for Alcantara. And he had a big cut at a 2-1 curveball. Just got a piece, and it's back to even for Champlain. This is the first AAA debut to start the year for Champlain. Last year, he began the season in AA Northwest Arkansas, made 7 starts there before coming up to Omaha. 2s across the board. Alcantara, hard ground ball just right of the mound, but it's right at the feet of Tyler Tolbert, the second baseman, and he throws to first to end a 1-2-3 initial inning. Scoreless after 1 on a beautiful Saturday at Principal Park. The second inning is next on Marquee Sports Network.
All right, here's the thing with mobile banking. You can get the laundry done and the yard, and it's only Thursday. Sure, run that extra block or mile with your four-legged buddy. Hey, you're at the gym? Do a few more reps. A little more gaming with your squad? Yeah, the Galaxy needs you. Better eat another s'more. And by another, we mean 5th. Soak up every single minute of every single day. Go on and do whatever it is you do and still keep in touch with your money. Great Southern Mobile Banking. Get the app now for Android and iOS. Member FDIC. Data rates may apply. See carrier for details.
TMG Management offers exceptional apartment living at multiple great locations around Des Moines. Whether it's Civic Center downtown, Old Main Apartments near Drake University, or Crown Point and Westbrook Apartments in West Des Moines, you'll find a great apartment with a tranquil, residential atmosphere to come home to. All of their properties offer superior and professional on-site management and energy-efficient apartment homes built with your needs in mind. Let TMG Management help you round third and head home at one of their great properties. Find out more at www.tmgmanagement.com.
Dream Steam Restoration and Cleaning's fully trained and certified team is your designated hitter. For cleaning carpet, air ducts, furniture, dryer vents, and more. Need restoration? We cover all the bases. Water, fire, and storm damage, mold removal, even biohazard cleanup. We use eco-friendly products safe for your family and pets. Call for an estimate and we'll knock it out of the park. 515-512-5387 or visit dreamsteaminc.com. Dream Steam Restoration and Cleaning, servicing Central Iowa. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Now back to the ballpark for Iowa Cubs baseball on Hope 940.
First pitch of the second inning, line to foul down the right field line by first baseman Harold Castro of Omaha. He came on and pinch hit with 2 outs in the 9th last night and grounded out to end the game against Daniel Palencia. Castro earns the start here on day 2 of the season. Lefty on lefty with Wicks. Another ground ball to the right side. That's fair. And past the diving Jonathan Long all the way down the line. Dug out of the corner by Owen Casey, but it'll be a leadoff double for Harold Castro. It took a while for Omaha to register an extra base hit last night. Not so much today as he snuck a ground ball just inside of first. And a good start to the Omaha second as catcher Luke Maley will come to the plate. Last year he spent 55 games with the Cincinnati Reds. Hit 178 with a couple of home runs and 8 runs batted in. RBI opportunity for him early on as Wicks comes home and a line drive back up the middle into center field, a base hit. They're going to try and score the runner. Throw to the plate coming in from Franklin off target. Now the return throw to second by McGuire on the money. And Luke Maley is out trying to advance to second on the throw. He'll get an RBI single and drive in his first run of the season on the first pitch he saw this season. It's 1-0 Omaha as the Storm Chasers take their first lead of 2025. So Maley gets the job done. 1-0 Omaha. The bases are clear with one out for Nelson Velasquez, the designated hitter. Wick's first pitch to Velasquez misses. Velasquez spent 22 and 23, 2022 and 2023 seasons here in Iowa. 56 games with Omaha last year as he cuts and misses. And it's even a ball to strike. He hit .239 here with 7 home runs and 33 RBI for Omaha in 2024. They play him to pull on the infield, the outfield slightly the other way. Ballesteros not behind the plate today. He is in the lineup for the I-Cubs as Wicks misses. Reese McGuire gets his first start. A guy that was in the big leagues with Boston for much of last year. Wicks sets at the chest, comes home, and misses off the plate once again. So ball 3 and strike 1 on Nelson Velasquez. Wicks walked the batter in the first inning, worked around it. Here he's given up a couple of hits already, and it's 1-0 Omaha. 3-1 pitch, and Velasquez takes that outside ball 4. So the second walk for Jordan Wicks. And Omaha trying to restart a rally. By the way, the out of Luke Maley goes 8-2-6. And he was cut down at second base for the first out of the inning. And now a man on for Tyler Tolbert, 1 for 4 with a run. That one was an infield hit, their first hit of the game last night. And then he does what he always does and was all over the base paths. Wicks to the plate. Tolbert showed bunt, and a breaking ball came in on his hands. He pulled back and jumped out of the way. Runner goes. Tolbert puts a bunt down, back to the mound. Wicks backhands, has to hurry, gets it to first in time. And Velasquez moves to second. And good play by Jordan Wicks. That bunt was right back in his direction. Certainly not where Tolbert wanted it. That was not a sacrifice bunt. It'll go down as a sacrifice bunt, but he was certainly bunting for a hit with one out there. But Wicks made the play. Velasquez is into scoring position with 2 outs for Cam Devaney, the shortstop. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts last night for the number 9 hitter. And he's got the count in his favor, 1-0. Devaney was pinch hit for by Castro, which I alluded to in Castro's at bat earlier this inning. Wicks coming back, misses outside again, 2-0. Already up around 30 pitches for Jordan Wicks. With 2 outs in the second inning, he has thrown 17 pitches out of the zone, 12 for strikes so far. Working from the third base side of the rubber. Kicks again. This is tapped softly in front of the plate. Reese McGuire bare hands confidently and fires to first. Showing off his arm to end the inning. But a couple of hits to start the frame gives Omaha the lead. The Storm Chasers on top 1-0 after an inning and a half. The I-Cubs trying to get something back when we come back on Marquee Sports Network.
Furniture Options has been specializing in furnishing apartments since 1985. They're proud to provide people in transition with quality rental furnishings, impeccable service, and affordable rates. Check out FurnitureOptions.com to find out more about their selection and flexible payment options. Their showroom is open weekdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Whether it's work or anything else that takes you into temporary housing, Furniture Options can help. Furniture Options, options for a changing environment.
Get ready for 2 nights of live music at Principal Park. Join us Friday, May 23rd for a rock show featuring the Pork Tornadoes, Damon Dotson, and the Punching Pandas. Then on Saturday, May 24th, country star Craig Campbell takes the stage with Jordan Beam and Brad Morgan. Both shows start at 6 p.m. with gates opening at 5. General admission is just $15 per night or $25 for both. Upgrade to a hospitality package or go all in with a Bud Club table for the ultimate concert experience. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
All right, here's the thing with mobile banking. You can get the laundry done and the yard, and it's only Thursday. Sure, run that extra block or mile with your four-legged buddy. Hey, you're at the gym? Do a few more reps. A little more gaming with your squad? Yeah, the Galaxy needs you. Better eat another s'more. And by another, we mean fifth. Soak up every single minute of every single day. Go on and do whatever it is you do and still keep in touch with your money. Great Southern Mobile Banking. Get the app now for Android and iOS. Member FDIC. Data rates may apply. See carrier for details.
Let's get back to Iowa Cubs baseball on Hope 940 with Jason Kemp.
The Iowa Cubs trail 1-0 against the Omaha Storm Chasers on this Saturday afternoon. The DH Moises Ballesteros is at the plate against Chandler Champlain. Ballesteros, a good start to the year, 2 for 4 with a double last night. Swings away and comes up empty on a big cut on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Champlain will top out around 94 with a four-seam fastball, has the big breaking ball, the curveball as well. This time a changeup, and he finds the outside corner with that at 85, and it's quickly 0-2. Moises, I think, thought about challenging that pitch, but not quite confident that it was out of the zone. We saw 2 challenges yesterday, and both of them were failed by the player challenging them. Ballesteros in a hole, 0-2. Champlain to the plate, swing and a miss, and he makes quick work of Moises Ballesteros, his second strikeout tonight. And there's one out for Ben Cowles, who again got the scoring started last night with a 2-run home run in the second inning. Ended up with another hit later in the game. And he'll try and become the first Iowa Cub to reach against Champlain today. Big right-hander unwinds. Cowles goes the other way off the end of the bat and drops a base hit into shallow right. Now, 3 hits in short order for Ben Cowles for 1 game and 1 at bat in an Iowa Cubs uniform. He is aboard, and they'll make Champlain work out of the stretch for the first time. And sometimes when a pitcher's in a good rhythm early in a game, just getting him out of that rhythm can start to shake some things up. That's the hope as James Triantos climbs into the box. He was 1 for 4 in game 1. Cowles with speed at first, held by Harold Castro. Champlain out of the stretch. Ground ball right side, slowly rolling through past the diving Tolbert and into right field. Back-to-back opposite field singles for Cowles and Triantos. The Iowa Cubs have something brewing here in the second inning. That ball not hit hard at all, but Tolbert was shaded up the middle, and even a guy with his speed not quite able to get there. It took a long time to get into the outfield grass, but he placed it perfectly. Now great speed on base for Jonathan Long. 0 for 4 on Friday night. And he takes down and away on a bender. That looked like the slider that time from Champlain. He'll throw the curveball in the slider, mix in a changeup as well. Middle infield pinch toward the bag. Cowles dancing. Second look back there from Champlain, and he misses up and in. 2-0 on Long. Jonathan Long, again, I mentioned it yesterday, a quiet guy, sort of unassuming, but a really good hitter so far in his professional career. He's got a hitter's count, 2-0. And he takes it outside now, even more of a hitter's count, 3 balls and no strikes. And a chance to be very selective for Jonathan Long with Dixon Machado waiting on deck. Guy who had 2 RBI doubles last night, Machado. Check of Cowles in the pitch. Long takes it high. That's 4 straight out of the zone, and the I-Cubs have them loaded with just 1 out of the second, trailing Omaha 1-0. First walk for Champlain. Now the bases are full of Iowa Cubs for the 8-hitter Dixon Machado. As I mentioned, he had a couple of knocks, both doubles yesterday. One of them right down the third base line, so Nick Lofton hugging the base path over there. It's Cowles at third, Triantos at second, Long at first. Champlain has missed with 4 straight. Comes home to Machado, and he's now missed with 5 in a row. And that'll bring Luke Maley out of his crouch behind the plate. He'll have a word with the Omaha starting pitcher. Champlain rubbing down the baseball. Dixon Machado has been with the Iowa Cubs several times throughout his career. He knows his way around Des Moines very well. 33-year-old from Venezuela. This spring, he hit .435 with the Cubs in 18 games, 27 at-bats. Started out hot yesterday. 1-0. Line drive, base hit left field. Cowles will score. Here comes Triantos. Rave's throw is cut off, and there will not be a play at the plate as 2 runs score. Dixon Machado keeps on rolling. He now has 4 RBI in a game and an at-bat, and the Iowa Cubs lead 2-1. Well, he squared up that fastball and lined it into left. And Triantos runs well enough that the throw from Rave did not have a chance. Jonathan Long stopped at second. Still 2 on for the iCubs with 1 out. And now the first Iowa Cubs at bat for Reese McGuire, the catcher, who hit .209 last year for Boston. The Iowa Cubs offense relentless early in the season. McGuire, the left-handed hitter, takes inside, and it's ball 1. By the way, that RBI, pair of RBI from Dixon Machado, brought to you by System Works. More on that after this 1-0 pitch to McGuire. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Every run batted in for the Iowa Cubs this year benefits Reading Buddies initiative at CFA. Each of those RBI throughout the season, System Works will make a $5 contribution to CFA's Reading Buddies program. 2-0. And now 3-0 on McGuire as Champlain misses downstairs. The acronym CFUM stands for Children and Family Urban Movement. CFAM advocates for change to make a positive difference in the lives of those in need. 2 runners lead, 2-0 pitch. McGuire swinging away, lines one back off the suite level and then into the lower seating bowl. A couple of youngsters there, and one of them proudly raises the ball up over his head. Up there at Jonathan Long leading at second. As the count is 3-1 on Reese McGuire. Next pitch up under his hands, and that is ball 4. And now a challenge by Champlain. He thought that was a strike. And so we'll have our first challenge of the day. Champlain hoping to avoid a second walk. And we'll get a look here at whether or not he was correct. He was not. It's a ball inside, and one challenge is gone for Omaha in the early going. The bases are full of Iowa Cubs for the second time this inning. So it's been a walk and 3 singles for the Iowa Cubs in this frame. And that'll bring Omaha pitching coach Dane Johnson out to chat with Champlain as the lineup turns over for Christian Franklin now. By the way, the CFAM Reading Buddies program helps ensure Des Moines Northside grade school kids who are in need and struggling with literacy will have academic success. And those first 2 Iowa Cubs runs brought to you by Mid-American Energy wants you to be safe at home too. Be sure to check out MidAmericanEnergy.com for tips on how you can be safe in your home when it comes to electricity, natural gas, digging on your property, and more. Be safe at home with Mid-American Energy. Big chance here for Christian Franklin to break this one open a little bit. 2-1 iCubs in the second. 3 hits and 2 walks against Champlain, who is ready to go back to work. Franklin lined to right field in his first at-bat and looks at strike 1 called this time. Both pitchers, Jordan Wicks for the Cubs. Champlain going to end his second inning somewhere over 30 pitches, it appears. Franklin takes a little bit off the plate. It's even a ball to strike. And we're going to have another challenge here. So Omaha possibly burning through their entire allotment of challenges if this call is not correct. I think that was called by Luke Maley, the catcher. And we look up to the video board, and it did just barely clip the upper part of the outside corner for strike 2. So Franklin in an 0-2 hole, and again, that just gives you an idea of how good the catchers are at knowing the strike zone, especially a veteran like Maley. That one just caught a corner. So the 2-strike pitch to Franklin, well off the outside edge. They tried to get him to chase that time. Iowa Cubs pounding out 10 hits last night. They have 3 in this inning alone. Runners lead at every base. Champlain deals, and Franklin spoils it foul down the right field line. The Iowa Cubs get a brief experience here at Principal Park this weekend. A 3-game set to open the season before they're on the road for 2 weeks in a row. 12 straight road games after this. Another 2-strike pitch outside to Christian, and the count even 2 balls and 2 strikes now against the Omaha starter Champlain. First 6 games at Indianapolis. The series that begins on April 1st at Victory Field, then on to Toledo for 6 more. 2-2. That's upstairs, and it's a full count now on Franklin. No place to put him, and the Iowa Cubs trying to build on their 2-1 lead. Long, Machado, and McGuire on the bases. Big pitch here for Champlain early. Here it comes. That's high, ball 4, and the third walk of the inning forces in a run and makes it 3-1 in favor of the home team. First RBI tonight for Franklin, his second of the year, and that one comes the easy way without having to put the bat on the ball, although he did work back from being behind 0-2. Nice job by Christian Franklin. And now they are loaded for Owen Casey. Strikeout victim his first time up. First offering to the left-hand hitter, up and in, ball 1. And the last few offerings that have missed the zone from Champlain have not been close. He's up to 35 pitches. Big hole on the left side of the infield. Owen swings and misses. Took a little bit off that time, did Champlain. Last year, Champlain faced Iowa 3 different times. He gets Casey out in front of a changeup, and it's 1-2 now. Saw them first on July 5th. That was his worst outing against the I-Cubs. He allowed 4 runs in 4 innings. 2 more appearances later were much better. 1-2 to Casey, swinging a miss. Got him with a fastball at 94, about chest high. The third strikeout for Chandler Champlain, and after all this, the damage is 3 runs. I think he'd consider it a minor victory. Now the Cubs have scored 3 in the inning, but they have 3 hits and 3 walks as well in this frame. Here's Kevin Alcantara. This would be a nice time for his first hit of the year. The initial offering, a check swing. Did he go? On appeal, no. Says Dylan Bradley, the first base umpire. Alcantara grounding to second his first time up. Last night, in his first at-bat, he hit a ball that was caught against the right field wall. From the stretch again, outside from Champlain, 2-0. And now you get into danger zone to a powerful hitter like Alcantara, where you can't afford to walk because that'll force in a run. But if you put a ball right over the center part of home plate, good luck. Runners lead again at every base. Alcantara takes upstairs, snap throw to first, and picked off there is Christian Franklin to end the inning. Great throw by Luke Maley, and they let Chandler Champlain off the hook by making the final out on the bases with them loaded for Alcantara. But the I-Cubs score 3. They do it on 3 hits and 3 walks, and they have a 3-1 lead on Marquee Sports Network.
Dream Steam Restoration and Cleaning's fully trained and certified team is your designated hitter. For cleaning carpet, air ducts, furniture, dryer vents, and more. Need restoration? We cover all the bases. Water, fire, and storm damage, mold removal, even biohazard cleanup. We use eco-friendly products safe for your family and pets. Call for an estimate and we'll knock it out of the park. 515-512-5387 or visit DreamSteamInc.com. Dream Steam Restoration and Cleaning, servicing Central Iowa. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Great news. 2025 Iowa Cubs season tickets are still available, and there's no better place to spend your summer than out at the ballpark. You'll get access to the best seats at the best price, free parking, invitation to member-only events, and so much more. Let's take your fandom to the next level and become a season ticket member today. Call 515-243-6111 or visit iowacubs.com to buy your tickets. We can't wait to see you at Principal Park.
TMG Management offers exceptional apartment living at multiple great locations around Des Moines. Whether it's Civic Center downtown, Old Main Apartments near Drake University, or Crown Point and Westbrook Apartments in West Des Moines, you'll find a great apartment with a tranquil, residential atmosphere to come home to. All of their properties offer superior and professional on-site management and energy-efficient apartment homes built with your needs in mind. Let TMG Management help you round third and head home at one of their great properties. Find out more at www.tmgmanagement.com.
Iowa Cubs baseball lives here on Hope 940. And now, Jason Kemp.
Look at some of the youngsters in the crowd tonight at Principal Park, as the Iowa Cubs carry a 3-1 lead into the third inning. Jordan Wicks now with a cushion as he takes the mound after allowing one run in the second. Top of the order for Omaha once again. John Rave grounded to first in his initial at-bat. Machado protecting against a bunt over at third. Lefty on lefty, a breaking ball from Wicks. Runs outside, ball one. Playing Rave to pull everywhere else on the infield, and he rips the ball. Line drive, deep center field. Christian Franklin turning around, and it caroms off the top of the wall. Rave will roll into second with a double. Nicely played by Christian Franklin, but John Rave crushed that ball to dead center field. For the second straight inning, Jordan Wicks has allowed a leadoff double. It was Harold Castro down the right field line an inning ago, and this time John Rave did not miss. Just missed a home run, maybe a foot from the yellow line out there in dead center. Big wall all the way around Principal Park. So a man in scoring position for Nick Lofton. Lofton takes a change of pace outside, ball one. Lofton worked to walk his first time up. That's his second of the season. And most of this lineup to start the year for Omaha is a group that was there in the AAA championship game last year. It's a strike from Wicks to even 1-1. And, of course, their manager, Mike Jerschley, is back. Something both of these ball clubs have in common, a long time consistency in the manager's chair. Wicks 1-1, bites off a piece of the outside corner and gets him in front 1-2. Jerschley, 66 years old, a former draft pick of Texas back in 1977. This is his 17th year with Omaha and his 20th season managing in minor league baseball. Chest high set. Wicks, a couple of looks back at second, comes home, and a ball popped up into the seats down the right field line. Mike Jerschley's son, Justin, currently the third base coach for the Chicago White Sox. He started last year as the manager of the Charlotte Knights in AAA and then took that position with the big league club in August. Two-strike pitch again, down and in toward the back foot of Lofton, who kicks his foot out of the way and takes ball two. 1,152 and 1,155 record for Mike Jerschley. Last year's club helped him get much closer to 500. 2-2. Check swing, a little tapper to the left side. Cowles has to hurry, charging. The shortstop decides to hold on to the baseball. He will not make the throw, and runners will end up at the corners with still nobody out. A little half-hearted check swing turns into a hit for Nick Lofton. And sometimes that's just how the game of baseball works. Put the bat on the ball and good things happen. And if you're Jordan Wicks, you've given up one hard hit ball to center field and one dribbler toward short. Good decision by Cowles to hold on to the baseball there. If you throw that, you're not going to get him out, and you have a real possibility of making things worse. So Tyler Gentry bats after flying out to center his first time up. And he takes a slider that pops away from Reese McGuire, but the runners will have to hold, and it'll be ball one on Gentry. You think back to how the bottom of the second ended. It was about to be 3-0 on Kevin Alcantara with the bases loaded when Christian Franklin was picked off of first by Luke Millie, the catcher. Keep that play circled. 1-0 from Wicks. Popped up right side, giving it a look. Jonathan Long, the first baseman, but that'll get up into the seats. Bouncing on the concourse. So ball and a strike. Wicks has still missed the strike zone more than he's been in it so far today. 21 balls, 19 strikes through 40 pitches. Product of Kansas State University, Jordan Wicks, 4th season with the Cubs. He comes home. Line the other way toward right, drifting foul. Owen Casey will give up the chase as that ball lands very near the Omaha Storm Chasers bullpen. So a 2-strike battle here from Tyler Gentry, the number 3 hitter in the lineup. Here's the pitch outside, throw to second with the runner going not quite in time. Just a little bit off from Reese McGuire. Triantos fielding that in front of the base and could not reach back to tag out the runner Lofton. So a stolen base for Omaha, something they did frequently last night. And now a base hit could very well tie the game. Omaha has 4 hits. 2-2 offering from Wicks. Ground ball toward third, backhanded by Machado. He'll go to first. That'll score a run. And Lofton, the trail runner, gets into third. But a good play by Machado to get an out. Gentry drives in his second run of the campaign with a 5-3 ground out. That is the first out of the inning, and the tying run now at third, so the infield will come in for the Iowa Cubs. Joey Weimer steps in at the plate, grounded to third in his initial at-bat to end inning number 1. He cocks the bat and skies one to shallow left center field. Christian Franklin coming in with momentum. Will they test his arm? They will not. Lofton not even bluffing a tag. He was off the base when that ball was caught, and thus a big out for Jordan Wicks. Weimer just got underneath that. And as a result, the Iowa Cubs still hold a 3-2 lead. And Harold Castro, who doubled his first time up, has a chance to tie it here with 2 outs or perhaps give Omaha the lead. The wind is lightly pushing out toward left field today. 3-2 ball game. The infield backs up for Castro. And Wicks comes home and misses low with a slider. The location of the breaking ball has not quite been there yet. Big hole on the left side if Castro goes the other way. He swings through a slider. Good pitch that time from Wicks. With a breaking ball, and it's even 1-1. Wicks has had sort of an uneven start, but only 2 runs allowed so far. Trying to keep it that way. 1-1, line to right field, caught by the leaping Jonathan Long. That looked like an RBI game-tying single off the bat, but Jonathan Long takes it away. And the Iowa Cubs still have the lead after 2.5 innings. It's Iowa 3, Omaha 2. More from Principal Park coming up on Marquee Sports Network.
A 10-game flex pack is the perfect way to experience all of the fun of an Iowa Cubs game at Principal Park while not being tied to a set of dates. Create a customized experience just for you. Use all 10 tickets for one game or mix and match them over multiple visits. The choice is yours. Flex pack tickets are good for any game all season long. Visit iowacubs.com to get yours today.
Looking for the perfect home? Artisan Management Group has you covered at Cityville on 9th. The Iowa Cubs home away from home with a resort-style pool, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an expansive dog park. They've got all the bases covered. Choose studio, 1, 2, or 3-bedroom apartments, all just a home run distance from Principal Park. Find your perfect place at cityvilleon9th.com or explore all their communities at artisanmanagementgroup.com. Cityville on 9th. Live well, live artisan.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They're all Ford trucks. And they're built Ford tough.
Also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
More Iowa Cubs baseball with Jason Kemp on Hope 940.
Kevin Alcantara was left in the batter's box, so Christian Franklin was picked off of first base to end inning number 2. So Alcantara will lead off the third against Chandler Champlain. They had action in the bullpen in the second. Now it's quiet down there as Champlain throws a curveball upstairs to Alcantara for ball 1. They are hugging the third baseline with Nick Lofton over there with Alcantara in the box. He swings and fouls one right at home plate. So it's even a ball to strike. Champlain last year, despite joining Omaha after the season had begun, as he comes in on Alcantara and almost hit him with a pitch, he was able to jump out of the way just in time. He led Omaha in home runs allowed, walks allowed, and tied for the most hits allowed. 2-1 pitch, down and away, and again a 3-ball count for Alcantara. Now, he would have much preferred the opportunity to hit with a 3-ball count with the bases loaded last inning, but he'll try and start the third in a positive manner. And he swings away, skying one to the right side of the infield. That's not what he was looking for. Harold Castro, battling the sun, is able to make the catch. The first baseman hauls it in for the first out. And that brings Moises Ballesteros to the plate. He struck out on 3 pitches against Champlain. He had his first at bat today. Rocking that bat over his shoulder, he steps out of the way of a changeup off the inside corner for ball 1. Never really get a break against the CUBS lineup the way it's constructed right now. Ballesteros lifted his hands over his head and took a called strike, 1-1. You have Franklin, Casey, Alcantara, Ballesteros, all guys that are big-time prospects with decent power as well at the top of the order. Ballesteros sends it back to the net. But then Cowles, who's a guy that many believe is someone to watch this year after coming over from the Yankees last season. Triantos is an on-base machine. Jonathan Long, great numbers in his pro career. 1-2 to Ballesteros. A big bouncer to first. Castro charges and takes care of another Iowa Cubs hitter here in the third. He's been busy. There are 2 away for the aforementioned Cowles. And then you get to the bottom of the order. And on the first 2 nights of the season, Marty Peavy has had some veterans who have a long record of success at the AAA level. Dixon Machado, Reese McGuire. We saw Carlos Perez in the 8-hole last night. Plenty of options as Cowles digs in with the bases clear. And swings to the first pitch, lining it foul into the sweet level. Strike 1. 3-2, the Iowa Cubs in front. Really all of their offense literally has come in the second inning. All of their hits, all of their runs. Champlain looking for a second 1-2-3 inning is now ahead 0-2. This is the first daytime action for the Iowa Cubs this year. We'll have another one tomorrow. 1:08 is the start time for the series finale. Champlain nods to his catcher, Maley. Holds until the pitch clock runs down a little bit further and strikes out Ben Cowles with a slider biting off the outside edge. 1-2-3 go the I-Cubs in the third. They're still on top 3-2 as Jordan Wicks comes back out for a 4th inning of work after this break on Marquee Sports Network.
Make more memories together this summer. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion with friends and family, hosting clients, or treating your staff, take them to Principal Park for an unforgettable time. Groups of 25 or more qualify for reduced prices. Come eat, drink, and watch baseball as a group for as low as $7 per ticket. Visit iowacubs.com to book your outing and ask about adding on a unique group experience.
Best tailgate? It's gotta be burgers. And an ice cold Coke.
Real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. It's subs.
Nah, hot dog.
No, Dodger dog.
I'll drink to that. Pass me a Coke. It's gotta be crawfish. Mac and cheese. No. 7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What? You need a hot grill.
And an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Ball and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day? Race day.
Calls for Coke. You know it.
It's tailgate 101.
Musco Sports Lighting is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Cubs. Since 1976, Musco has called Iowa home while creating the most innovative sports lighting solutions in the world. Musco's LED system improves visibility and creates light shows to celebrate everything from a home run to another iCubs win. From Principal Park to community fields to the biggest stadiums in the world, Musco creates a better experience for players and fans. Learn more at musco.com.
Get your peanuts ready. Iowa Cubs baseball is back on Hope 940.
Jason Cavity back at Principal Park. It's a 3-2 Iowa Cubs lead through 3 innings. Luke Maley set to lead off, the catcher with an RBI single for Omaha back in the second. As Jordan Wicks back to work, delivers strike 1. Wicks has allowed a leadoff double in each of the last 2 innings. Those are the 2 runs he has allowed. He is still looking for strikeout number 1 today. And he'll kick the right leg in the air and bend a breaking ball down below the knees. Luke Maley with a great play defensively to end a bases-loaded threat in the Iowa Cubs second, picking off Christian Franklin at first. It's a big play in this game so far. As the 1-1 is offered. Changeup dips to the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. Wicks in front. Big pull shift on for Maley. That rocking over his back shoulder. He swings and misses, and there is strikeout number 1 for Jordan Wicks. Ran a fastball off the outside corner to get the job done. And there's 1 away. The Renewal by Anderson Strikeout Cancer Campaign to benefit the American Cancer Society. For every strikeout recorded by an iCubs pitcher throughout the 2025 season, Renewal by Anderson will make a $5 contribution to the American Cancer Society. Here's Nelson Velasquez. Down and in, ball 1. The American Cancer Society works to improve the lives of people with cancer and their families through advocacy, research, and patient support to ensure everyone has an opportunity to prevent, detect, treat, and survive cancer. 1-0 pitch, dips down and in, ball 2. Wicks at 54 pitches now on the afternoon. Trying to keep the Iowa Cubs in front. And there's a strike right down Main Street to Nelson Velasquez. Talking to Nick Batters, the broadcaster for Omaha, last year in the AAA National Championship game, which is, of course, played in Las Vegas. They played Sugar Land. Said Nelson Velasquez hit a ball during batting practice that knocked out power to part of their video board in Las Vegas a year ago. Let's see, 1 pitch. He is up and away, ball 3. And he said with all the major league personnel there, getting ready for that game, they were scrambling trying to get that board back operational after Velasquez did his work to it. He's got a hitter's count here and takes ball 4 off the inside corner. And that'll be the 3rd walk issued by Jordan Wicks today. And for the 2nd time, he has walked Velasquez in front of Tyler Tolbert. Tolbert tried to put a bunt down following that first walk, but it was right back to the mound and Wicks threw him out. That's what Tolbert tries to do. He's not trying to hide it either. An infield hit, 2 stolen bases yesterday. Tried to bunt for a hit today. The first pitch to him is upstairs. As a result, Dixon Machado over at the hot corner has 2 feet on the infield grass. As Reese McGuire wants a timeout, he'll head out there and talk to Jordan Wicks. Oh, look, if you want to end the weekend, it'll be your last chance to see the Iowa Cubs for a while. Again, that 2-week road trip is coming up, so tomorrow will be the last home game until the middle of April. Kids can run the bases after the game. Always a highlight on a Sunday afternoon, but also tomorrow, meet the team after the game. And this is certainly a team filled with players that you'd love to meet, have them sign something for you, and watch their careers take off here in the near future. Runner goes. 1-0 pitch, called a strike, throw to second by McGuire. He's on the money, but dropped by Triantos. The pitch was called a strike, but Nelson Velasquez will steal the base. Triantos had it in his glove, it appeared. And then as he put the tag on the legs of the runner Velasquez, the ball just squirted out. It was right on the money from McGuire. And yeah, Triantos sort of caught it in the heel of his glove. And when he put the tag down, the foot of Velasquez knocked it out. Tough break. Tying run at second. Tolbert waits for the 1-1, and Wicks with an inside move toward second base. Did not fool Velasquez. Nelson Velasquez certainly very comfortable in this ballpark. As I mentioned, a couple of years in an ICUBS uniform. Tolbert takes downstairs, 2 balls and a strike to the number 8 hitter. Well, if Tolbert is going to get on base, the ideal situation would be with someone in front of him like Velasquez or Maley. Then he's not as much of a threat to run. 2-1. Wicks trying to keep him off base. It takes a step in that direction by beating him with a fastball inside. And there are a number of players coming up like Tyler Tolbert. Not a ton of power, but great speed. 2-2 now. Fisted foul. He stays alive. You think about Chandler Simpson with the Rays, who was in AAA Durham. I got to see him during my 4 years with Charleston, and they tell you how fast he is, but then you see him in person, and he hits a routine ground ball to second and beats it out by 3 steps, and you start to think, man, this is a skill set that not many people have. Victor Scott with the Cardinals along the same lines. And Tolbert right up there in that same class. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Wicks placed it on the outside edge, and there are 2 away in the 4th. Second strikeout this inning for Jordan Wicks. So here's Cam Devaney, the 9 hitter. Another chance to tie the game here with a base hit. With 2 outs in the 4th, Devaney hit a little tapper out in front of the plate, picked up by McGuire the first time around. Takes a backdoor slider away for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Devaney late on the Wicks fastball. Evens the count 1-2. Or pardon me, at 1-1. After all, the Royals were kind of the first team to bring somebody up just to run. Obviously, the Reds had Billy Hamilton back in the day, but you think about the Royals World Series. Gerard Dyson, Terrence Gore, the pitch downstairs. 2-0, and they coined that term, "that what speed do." That was the Royals, and Tolbert kind of fits that same mold where you feel like he's a guy that could really impact the game late just by getting on base and wreaking havoc as he did last night. 2-0 to Devaney, and that's outside for ball 3. And this becomes sort of a big sequence here for Jordan Wicks, behind 3-0 on Cam Devaney with the top of the order on deck. That's John Rave, who pummeled a double off the center field wall on his last at-bat, who is standing in the on-deck circle. Wicks with a hill to climb against Cam Devaney. Velasquez represents the tying run at second base. 3-0 from Wicks. Ground ball, hard hit through the left side, a base hit. Alcantara fields it. Velasquez coming home. Throw to the plate on one hop on the money. And Reese McGuire puts the tag down. An outfield assist from Kevin Alcantara. And the Jaguars strikes from left field as the Iowa Cubs get it out at the plate to maintain the lead. Still 3-2 after a tremendous throw from left field from Kevin Alcantara. Bottom of the 4th is next on Marquee Sports Network.
Escape to paradise at Principal Park for Margaritaville night on Friday, June 14th. Enjoy a night of island vibes with a live performance by Banana Wind, a Hawaiian t-shirt giveaway to the first 1,000 fans, and the Ultimate Feast, a cheeseburger and margarita special. Kick back, soak up the summer fun, and enjoy baseball with a tropical twist. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
Whether it's a Friday night or the 4th of July celebration, Iowa Cubs fans truly love the great fireworks shows at Principal Park each and every season. J&M Displays is a longtime provider of all Iowa Cubs fireworks shows. J&M Displays is ready to help with any event or celebration you have in mind. Their experienced team of expert pyrotechnicians are creative and highly trained to make your event one that will never be forgotten for fireworks and special effects. Call on J&M Displays, one of the largest suppliers in the Midwest. Go to jnmdisplays.com for more information.
There's so much to do in downtown Des Moines. Why waste your time commuting when you come to visit? The Hampton Inn downtown sits right next to the Des Moines River at 120 Water Street and just 2 blocks north of Principal Park, 2 blocks south of Port Avenue Entertainment District, and a short walk from the East Village. Stay at a great room with free Wi-Fi and breakfast during your stay. Don't sit on the sidelines. Call 515-244-1650 to book a room at the Hampton Inn downtown and be part of the action in downtown Des Moines.
Hope 940 is your home for Iowa Cubs baseball all summer long.
Outfield assist for Captain Alcantara. Left down the potential tying run to end the top of the 4th, and now James Triatos with a 3-2 lead, leading off the bottom half. Moves his front elbow away from a Chandler Champlain curveball, missing inside ball 1. Triatos singled and scored in the 3-run second. And James looks at a strike. It's even 1-1. Triatos made his way to Iowa late last year, the number 5 prospect in the Cubs system, also a top 70 prospect in Major League Baseball. Jams one on the ground to short. A barehanded pickup attempted by Devaney, but the ball pops away, and Triatos has an infield hit. His first multi-hit game of 2025. He's 2 for 2 today. And now you would anticipate he will be eager to run at some point, and that's a pitch that beat him on the hands, but you don't mind it. Put it in play and run. And he made it to first base without a throw. He stole 2 bases last night. And he's aboard for Jonathan Long. Throw to first. Triatos caught leaning a bit. Gets back standing up. Long worked a 4-pitch walk his first time up today. The iCubs trying to build their lead back to a couple of runs. Champlain paying plenty of attention to Triatos, who stays put. This ball squirts away briefly from Maley. Picks it up. Triatos trying for second, and he sneaks in there. And we'll wait to see how that one is scored. Whether a wild pitch or a pass ball. But a man in scoring position nonetheless, as Triatos able to make his way to second. He hesitated for a moment and then took off. And just beat the throw of Luke Maley. 1-0 on Jonathan Long, the batter. This is in the dirt. Pops away from Maley to the backstop once again. And Triatos now is to third. So the first one was ruled a pass ball. Maley just had it pop out of his mitt. That one was a wild pitch. And so each the catcher and the pitcher deemed it fault for the last 2 90-foot advancements from Triatos. And now the Omaha infield is in with nobody out. 2-0 count to Jonathan Long. And he looks at a strike. By the way, this is our first marquee broadcast of the year, but we have an email inbox straight into the booth this year. 2-1 Long. Ground ball to short under the glove of Cam Devaney and into left field, a base hit. Triatos will trot home, and the Iowa Cubs back in front by 2. It's 4-2 with still nobody out in the 4th. A hard hit ground ball with the infield in, and Jonathan Long has his first hit and his first RBI of 2025. Now you bring the infield in, that's the disadvantage. A hard ground ball, even directly at the shortstop, becomes a tough play. Here's the red-hot Dixon Machado now. Maley down on a knee behind the plate. Check swing at strike 1. He took a slider from Champlain. But, yeah, broadcast at iowacubs.com. If you have a question or a comment, want to let us know where you're tuned in from today or any day, broadcast at iowacubs.com. One strike pitch coming from the belt of Champlain. It's a big curveball, and that's also called a strike. 0-2 on Machado, who has started the year 3 for 5 with 2 doubles and 4 runs batted in. Champlain looking for out number 1 in the 4th. Comes to the plate. Line foul right back into the net. And it remains 0-2. Along the runner at first, held by Castro. Next pitch, breaking ball just away. Tried to get Machado leaning out over the plate in swing mode, and he just missed. Not a bad pitch there, but just off the corner. Infield set up at double play depth here. Throw to first, checking on Long, who gets back in plenty of time. The rest of the Chicago Cubs minor league farm system gets underway next Friday. Double-A Knoxville in a new ballpark this year. They'll start on the road. It's the 1-2 pitch, line to right center field, dropping quickly and down for another base hit. Picked up on one bounce by Gentry, the right fielder, but Dixon Machado with another 2-hit game. He has 4 hits in 6 chances this year. And the first 3 batters of the inning have all singled for the Iowa Cubs. They have a run in, 2 on, and nobody out for Reese McGuire, the catcher. Remember, Champlain gave up 3 singles in the second inning, an inning in which he also walked 3 batters, but got out of it with only 3 runs allowed with some help from a pickoff at first. Pitch to McGuire, and he checked his swing at a ball inside. The bottom of the order has been tremendous, from the 5-hitter Cowles down to the 9-hitter McGuire. So that's Cowles, Triantos, Long, Machado, and McGuire today. Change up in the dirt, 2-0. They have combined to reach base in every single at-bat aside from one. Cowles struck out in the 3rd. Otherwise, they have 6 hits, and they have worked 2 walks in 9 at-bats. Good stuff from the bottom part of the lineup. The 2-0 to McGuire. Hit in the air, deep right field. Gentry tracking it back to the warning track, turning around. Goodbye. Reese McGuire has blown this game open a little bit in the 4th with a 3-run blast over the right field wall. It's 7-2 Iowa. At homer, another Walter Roofing Rescue Rehab Rehome Round Tripper. Remember, for every 4-bagger the iCubs hit this season, Walter Roofing will donate $4 to Rescue Rehab Rehome, a foster-based non-kill dog and animal shelter right here in Des Moines. Walter Roofing is one of the premier roofing companies in the metro area, and they do it all in honor of their pit bull, Walter. Top of the order, Franklin takes off the inside corner, ball 1. For more information on Walter Roofing and all the local nonprofits they support, visit walterbuilds.com. Franklin takes again, and it's 2-0 now from Chandler Champlain as the Omaha bullpen is active for the 2nd time today. Franklin now in control, 3-0. 4 straight have reached base here in the 4th. Andrew Hoffman, a right-hander, up for Omaha. As the 3-0 on the way to Franklin, that's high, a 4-pitch walk. 4th of the game issued by the Omaha starter, and his time in this game is going to come to an end as Mike Jerschley, the manager of the Storm Chasers, is on his way to the mound. This will be a Plumbers and Steam Fitters pitching change. In today's business climate, you need partners you can trust and that care about you and your company as well as your customers. Partners like Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local Union number 33. Local Union number 33 finds the right people, trains them well, and supplies them with a reliable workforce. For more information, log on to ualocal33.org. Plumbers and Steam Fitters, proud sponsor of pitching changes on the Iowa Cubs Radio Network, proud partner of the Iowa Cubs. Omaha goes to the bullpen with the iCubs leading 7-2. We have more from Principal Park in just a moment on Marquee Sports Network.
Get ready for 2 nights of live music at Principal Park. Join us Friday, May 23rd for a rock show featuring the Pork Tornadoes, Damon Dotson, and the Punching Pandas. Then on Saturday, May 24th, country star Craig Campbell takes the stage with Jordan Beam and Brad Morgan. Both shows start at 6 p.m. with gates opening at 5. General admission is just $15 per night or $25 for both. Upgrade to a hospitality package or go all in with a Bud Club table for the ultimate concert experience. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
In the heart of downtown Des Moines, Confluence on Third Apartments offers a resort-style apartment community with luxurious studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartment homes. Enjoy the fun and convenience of downtown living with first-class amenities that include a sprawling outdoor courtyard with a pool, grill station, dog run, and hot tub. Other amenities include a fitness studio, rooftop, sky deck, game room, theater, underground parking, and so much more to enhance your everyday living experience at Confluence on Third Apartments. With your favorite downtown venues just a short walk or bike ride away, you'll love the convenience of living at Confluence on Third Apartments. Learn more at ConfluenceOnThirdAPTS.com.
I'm Owen Casey, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
Owen Casey will be the first batter to face Andrew Hoffman. Right-hander out of the bullpen for Omaha. Chandler Champlain is finished. He is still responsible for Christian Franklin at first base. Walked a moment ago. Owen Casey takes his strike on the outside black at 95 miles per hour from Hoffman. So Champlain unable to get an out in the fourth inning, pardon me, works 3. Hoffman quickly home with a slide step, and he's on top of Casey 0-2. Owen Casey has struck out twice, once looking and once swinging today. Third baseline wide open as they play Casey as heavily to pull as you can on the infield these days. Franklin good speed at first. He takes off. Casey lifts a fly ball to right center. Tyler Gentry easing back into the gap, and the right fielder has it short of the warning track. Franklin kept on running to second. Throw coming in, and Castro can't make the tag. Now, Christian Franklin with a base running mistake earlier tonight, getting picked off at first with the bases loaded. This time was running on the pitch, and for some reason, as Gentry caught the ball, he took off towards second again before retreating to first, and Harold Castro gloved the ball as it bounced, but he just couldn't extend his arms long enough to tag Franklin, who slid in safely. 1 out, and Kevin Alcantara, the batter. A lanky right-handed hitter, throw to first. Franklin dives back this time. Tom Plummer tuned in from Lake City, Iowa today, emailing the broadcast. Broadcast at iowacubs.com. Alcantara with his first hit of the year drops the head on a fastball and lines it into right. He goes the opposite way, and Alcantara with the Jaguar swipe toward the dugout. That is the 5th hit of the inning for the Iowa Cubs. Will continue to pour it on, showing off the depth in this lineup. Franklin stopped at second. And there are 2 on with just 1 out for Moises Ballesteros. Davey tuned in from Albuquerque, New Mexico today. And Jeremy and Jay Pontier are in the house out on the center field party deck. So hello to everyone on this Saturday afternoon. Change up for a strike to Moises Ballesteros from Andrew Hoffman. Hoffman, a 6'5", 25-year-old right-hander from Plainfield, Illinois. Working with 2 on and 1 out here in the 4th. Breaking ball bounced over the mound to the shortstop. Devady will pick it up, step on the base, and fire on to first for an inning-ending double play. A 6-3 double-A bounced into by Ballesteros, but the iCubs with a big inning. 4 runs on 5 hits, putting a 3-run blast from Reese McGuire. They have a 7-2 lead on Marquee Sports Network.
Escape to paradise at Principal Park for Margaritaville night on Friday, June 14th. Enjoy a night of island vibes with a live performance by Banana Wind, a Hawaiian t-shirt giveaway to the first 1,000 fans, and the ultimate feast, a cheeseburger and margarita special. Kick back, soak up the summer fun, and enjoy baseball with a tropical twist. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
There's so much to do in downtown Des Moines. Why waste your time commuting when you come to visit? The Hampton Inn downtown sits right next to the Des Moines River at 120 Water Street and just 2 blocks north of Principal Park, 2 blocks south of Fort Avenue Entertainment District, and a short walk from the East Village. Stay at a great room with free Wi-Fi and breakfast during your stay. Don't sit on the sidelines. Call 515-244-1650 to book a room at the Hampton Inn downtown and be part of the action in downtown Des Moines.
Great news! 2025 Iowa Cubs season tickets are still available, and there's no better place to spend your summer than out at the ballpark. You'll get access to the best seats at the best price, free parking, invitation to member-only events, and so much more. Let's take your fandom to the next level and become a season ticket member today. Call 515-243-6111 or visit iowacubs.com to buy your tickets. We can't wait to see you at Principal Park.
I'm Darius Hill, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
Jordan Wicks now with a 7-3 lead to work with, thanks to a 3-run home run from Reese McGuire. The bottom of the fourth, the Iowa Cubs on top as John Rave at the top of the order will bat for Omaha. And the left-on-left breaking ball is in for a strike. Rave 1 for 2 with a double. He has scored a run. They play him heavily to pull, John Rave. And another strike on an off-speed pitch. And Wicks in front 0-2. Wicks with a couple of strikeouts in the fourth, his first 2 of the day. Rave again with a big season 1 year ago, named the Omaha Hitter of the Year. 0-2 slider, and that bites down and away, exactly where Reese McGuire wanted it, ball 1. Wicks going to go over 70 pitches in this inning. He's at 70 right now. Trying to get through 5 and qualify himself for a win. Rave with an awkward swing and a miss. He tried to hold up but could not, and Wicks ties him up in knots with that 91-mile-an-hour delivery. Strikeout number 3 for Jordan in his 2025 debut. Nick Lofton will bat. He has not been retired today. He has walked and reached on an infield single to short. Wicks in a pretty good rhythm now. Falls behind 1-0. Lofton this year in the Cactus League went 3 for 34 for the Royals. Played 76 games between the last 2 seasons up in the big leagues. He's been with the Royals since being drafted. Down low again from Wicks, 2 balls and no strikes. Last year he was on the Royals opening day roster, played in 57 games over 3 different stints. Had a great year in Omaha. The 2-0 is a strike pounding the outside corner to get Wicks on the board 2-1. And Lofton having a brief word with a home plate umpire after that pitch was called a strike. His batting average last year over 300 in 51 of the 58 games he played as he sends a pitch foul down the right field line. So he hit early, and he continued to hit at a pretty good clip to keep it above 300 for all but 7 games last year. Left-hander Riley Martin up in the iCubs bullpen. As the 2-2 comes home, Lofton pounds it foul right at his feet in the right-hand batter's box. The Iowa Cubs with, you could argue, one of the most loaded AAA rosters to start the 2025 season. And the interesting thing is that they are very young. in terms of the roster construction. Another 2-2 pitch, breaks down and in, and it's full, 3-2. Wicks has walked 3 today. Trying to avoid one here with a payoff pitch. He cannot. Ball 4. And Lofton on base for the 3rd time in front of Tyler Gentry, who drove in a run with a ground ball to 3rd back in the 3rd. And you got to get through 5 here to qualify for the win. And Wicks pitch count approaching 80, so we'll see how they handle it here over the next couple of at-bats. Of course, a double play gets you out of the inning just like that. First pitch to Gentry. Another breaking ball down and in. Wicks found that pitch here over the last inning or two, but with the last 2 batters, he's had some trouble missing down and into right-handed hitters with it. Triantos and Cowles pinched up the middle of the infield. Foul back. High fastball slapped by Gentry into the net. And it's a ball and a strike. The wind still blowing toward left field. And tomorrow we'll close this series at 1:08 p.m. Game 3 for 12 consecutive on the road. That resting on the shoulder of Gentry. Here comes the pitch. Hit on a line towards left. Alcantara easing back. Now comes in a couple of steps and will make the grab for the 2nd out of the inning. And Marty Peavy on the top step of the dugout, and I think that is going to be all for Jordan Wicks. It is. As he gets the ball back from the infield, Marty Peavy comes out of the dugout, makes his way to the mound. They must have had him capped right at 80 pitches because Riley Martin is going to take over here with 2 outs in the 5th. So Wicks falls 1 out short of qualifying for a win today. Still threw the ball pretty well, working around 4 walks. The Iowa Cubs maintaining a 7-2 lead over Omaha as we have a plumbers and steam fitters call to the bullpen. We'll take a break and be back with more Iowa Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network.
Cubs fans, it's time to bring down the house with Extreme powered by Mediacom. With internet speeds up to an amazing 1 gig and supercharged whole home Wi-Fi. You'll turn your house into the hottest hotspot on the block. Play with no limits. Stream with no worries. Speed into a new dimension of power and reliability. And get ready to feel extreme. Powered by Mediacom.
A 10-game flex pack is the perfect way to experience all of the fun of an Iowa Cubs game at Principal Park while not being tied to a set of dates. Create a customized experience just for you. Use all 10 tickets for 1 game or mix and match them over multiple visits. The choice is yours. Flex pack tickets are good for any game all season long. Visit iowacubs.com to get yours today.
I'm Connor Nolan, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs baseball on Hope 940.
Riley Martin takes over from one lefty to another. Jordan Wicks will hand the baseball to Riley Martin, fellow southpaw, who enters with 2 outs and a man on first in the Omaha half of inning number 5. The I-Cubs leading 7-2. And Joey Weimer will greet Riley Martin. Weimer has grounded out and flied out so far today. Riley Martin, a 6'1 lefty, 27 years old, from Salem, Illinois. And his first pitch is a slider too far inside to Weimer for ball 1. Martin comes home with another breaking ball, and this one is down below the knees. Last year, 43 games here in Iowa for Riley Martin, 4-4 with a 4.48 ERA. He was really good in 7 appearances in September, an ERA under 1. This ball drilled by Weimer. Dead center field. Franklin tracking it back. Has room on the warning track and hauls it in overhead to end the Omaha fifth. Weimer gave Martin a scare, but not nearly deep enough to get out of the ballpark. And one runner is stranded. We're halfway home on a Saturday afternoon. Iowa 7 and Omaha 2 on Marquee Sports Network.
Great news. 2025 Iowa Cubs season tickets are still available, and there's no better place to spend your summer than out at the ballpark. You'll get access to the best seats at the best price, free parking, invitation to member-only events, and so much more. Let's take your fandom to the next level and become a season ticket member today. Call 515-243-6111 or visit iowacubs.com to buy your tickets. We can't wait to see you at Principal Park.
There's so much to do in downtown Des Moines. Why waste your time commuting when you come to visit? The Hampton Inn downtown sits right next to the Des Moines River at 120 Water Street and just 2 blocks north of Principal Park, 2 blocks south of Fort Avenue Entertainment District, and a short walk from the East Village. Stay at a great room with free Wi-Fi and breakfast during your stay. Don't sit on the sidelines. Call 515-244-1650 to book a room at the Hampton Inn downtown and be part of the action in downtown Des Moines.
Best tailgate? It's got to be burgers and an ice cold Coke.
Real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. It's subs.
Nah, hot dog.
No, Dodger dog.
I'll drink to that. Pass me a Coke. It's gotta be crawfish. Mac and cheese. No. 7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What? You need a hot grill.
And an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day? Race day.
Calls for Coke.
You know it.
It's Tailgate 101.
I'm James Triantos, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
Here we go into the bottom of the fifth inning. The Iowa Cubs have scored 3 in the second, 4 in the fourth to take a 7-2 lead over the Omaha Storm Chasers. Still Andrew Hoffman on the mound after he got the final couple of outs in the fourth. First pitch to Ben Cowles. Bounce to third on one hop for Lofton, who throws him out. And an efficient start for Hoffman here to the fifth inning. Savannah Spears tells us she's tuned in from Scottsdale, Arizona today. Sandy Tuttle as well. Sandy and Gene Tuttle. We understand there may be some mismatch issues with the audio and the video, so certainly apologize for that. We'll work on it if we can and try and get that figured out. James Triantos, the batter, 2 for 2, and he's over with a strike. The rumor is that the audio may be a little bit ahead of the video. I would say I will talk slower, but I'm not sure that's how it works. I don't think that's how the video would catch up. I could try it. As Hoffman comes home, a bouncer over the mound, up the middle. The shortstop flashing behind the base. Devaney makes a jump throw in time to get Triantos. That's a really good play by Cam Devaney against a fast base runner in James Triantos. And there are 2 gone quickly on a couple of ground balls here in the fifth. And Jonathan Long will try to extend the inning. He's been on base twice today, a walk and a single. He has also scored 2 runs. Outfield plays Long to go the other way toward right as Hoffman comes home. Abbreviated delivery, and he's over with strike 1. Non-roster invite to Royals spring training this year. Pitched in 6 games, 7 2/3 innings this spring. The 0-1 to Long. They swing it over a slider. 0-2. He was drafted by the Braves. Spent most of last year in Omaha, 25 games and 11 starts. He was acquired in a trade back in 2022. Looking for a rapid 5th inning. 0-2 pitch, up and in. Long leans out of the way, and that feels like a setup pitch for another breaking ball here. That was a trade that sent Drew Waters and Hoffman, as well as C.J. Alexander, for the number 35 pick in the draft that year. The Braves used that to select J.R. Ritchie, one of their top prospects. Jonathan Long waits back on an off-speed pitch, lines it to the gap. It'll split the outfielders and get all the way to the base of the wall. Jonathan Long having a big day. Now 2 for 2 with a walk, And he has his first extra base hit of 2025 as he moves himself into scoring position with 2 outs for a guy who has been outstanding. Maybe hotter than any other hitter in the lineup, Dixon Machado. It's a chance here to add to the lead in the 5th inning. Machado today, 2 singles, 2 RBI, and a run scored. He had 2 RBI yesterday with 2 doubles. And he is way out in front of a slider. He thought he had a fastball that time and waved over the top. Light blue Royals colored glove for Hoffman as he comes home and gets another swing and miss from Machado, who fell behind 0-2 quickly in his last at bat before driving a base hit into the outfield. Got the Chicago Cubs themed socks on today. And takes the slider down and away this time. That's become a very popular trend here of late, with instead of a solid color sock when you're rolling the pant legs up, to have the Major League Club's logo or some type of insignia on the sock. And a little creative. Hoffman home, inside on the hands of Machado, who's worked at even 2 balls and 2 strikes. A lot more ways to express your personality via the uniform these days. The lime green sleeves and padding around the big leagues. As a ground ball, he's tapped foul. Marty Peavy with a bare hand stab over there. Nods his head in the direction of Dixon Machado, and the dugout, I'm sure, encouraging Marty down there, who's standing on the warning track right in front of the dugout, ready to wave or hold up the runner at second on a base hit. 2-2 again in the dirt. Machado laid off, and he's worked it full. Really high quality at bats early in the year for Dixon Machado. And you have all those young prospects at the top of the order, and then the last 2 nights, veterans like Machado, Carlos Perez, Reese McGuire hitting toward the bottom. Reese McGuire, who's on deck with a 3-run home run that blew this game open in the 4th. 7-2 iCubs, 3-2 pitch. Machado, line drive, deep left field. Rave is there, however, in the shadows of the outfield wall. And Dixon Machado finally retired, despite it being on a very hard-hit baseball to end the 5th inning. 1 hit, 1 man left for the iCubs, who come up empty in the 5th. We'll move to inning number 6, a 7-2 Iowa Cubs lead on Marquee Sports Network.
Make more memories together this summer. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion with friends and family, hosting clients, or treating your staff, take them to Principal Park for an unforgettable time. Groups of 25 or more qualify for reduced prices. Come eat, drink, and watch baseball as a group for as low as $7 per ticket. Visit iowacubs.com to book your outing and ask about adding on a unique group experience.
Escape to paradise at Principal Park for Margaritaville night on Friday, June 14th. Enjoy a night of island vibes with a live performance by Banana Wind, a Hawaiian t-shirt giveaway to the first 1,000 fans, and the ultimate feast, a cheeseburger and margarita special. Kick back, soak up the summer fun, and enjoy baseball with a tropical twist. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
The Iowa Cubs and Central Iowa Mechanical are proud to pay tribute to our community's military, law enforcement, fire, and first responder service members all season long at Principal Park and our Salute to Service program. An active duty or veteran of military service, law enforcement, professional firefighter, or first responder will be recognized on the field before the game. To nominate your candidate to be honored in the field in the Iowa Cubs Central Iowa Mechanical Salute to Service program, visit iowacubs.com.
I'm Benjamin Cowles, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
Riley Martin will come back out for the 6th inning after he was able to get the final out of the 5th. 7-2 Iowa Cubs in front, and Riley Martin in good shape to pick up the win today if he continues to throw well. And the iCubs hang on to a 5-run lead. Lefty on lefties over to Harold Castro with strike one at 92 miles per hour. Castro a double and a line out to first. A nice play by Jonathan Long to end an inning earlier today on that line drive. It's now even a ball and a strike. That would have tied the game had Long not made a leaping grab. Martin breaking ball, lined foul into the net behind home plate. And for that reason, that catch from Jonathan Long is your catch of the game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Things aren't so hush-hush in Des Moines, where only the S's are silent. Plan your weekend and discover the best of the Midwest at CatchDesMoines.com. 2-strike pitch, back to the heater, and Martin missing a little bit low as it evens 2-2. Good mix here with the fastball and the slider for Riley Martin. Left on left. He tried the fastball again. At 94, it's downstairs. And a full count now. Riley Martin with impressive strikeout numbers a year ago. Also, at times, with a few too many walks. Payoff pitch downstairs. And the 6th inning starts with a base on balls. Harold Castro will trot down to first in front of Luke Maley. Now, last year in the minor leagues, 43 games, 60 1/3 innings for Martin with 91 strikeouts. That's an impressive number, but 45 walks as well. Only allowed a .233 batting average. Big right-handed hitting Maley takes a fastball out of the zone for ball one. And I think Martin and the catcher Reese McGuire not necessarily on the same page, so Martin calls McGuire out from behind the plate. They will talk about this at some length. Now they feel like they're on the same page. Couple of taps of home plate from Luke Maley. Martin dangles the left arm down about knee-high, staring right at Harold Castro, the runner at first. He comes home and zips a fastball by Maley's swing. So the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Comes home again. Maley looks at a strike this time. Martin looking for out number one here in the 6th. A 5-run lead. The I-Cubs have out-hit Omaha 9-5. And this slider darts downstairs. Maley able to lay off. Again, the key is the zone. If Riley Martin is in or around the zone, he's proven to be tough to handle. He's home to Maley, and that's outside in ball 4. So back-to-back walks to start inning number 6. By the way, the final numbers for Jordan Wicks, the I-Cubs starter today: 4 2/3 innings, 2 runs allowed on 5 hits. He walked 4 and struck out 3. And called back to home plate now is Luke Maley, and Marty Peavy is coming out there to chat with the home plate umpire. They were saying that was not actually ball 4. And now I think Marty Peavy saying, well, then was it strike 3? But it was actually 2-1 when the last pitch missed the zone. And now they're holding up 3-2. This pitch fisted foul back behind home plate. So I should say it was 2-2, and now it's full at 3-2. But Maley thought he had drawn ball 4, and that's what the scoreboard had showed at the moment. And then as he made his way to first, they had to go get the bat out of the dugout so he could come back and hit. And actually, they have called a balk, I apologize, as moving to second was Castro. So there was no pitch, in fact. And a breaking ball is high, and now he did walk Maley. So everything restored to order there as if the initial walk had happened. Everybody a little bit confused there with the outcome of that previous at bat. As again, it appeared to be ball 4. Maley went to first, then he was sent back to the plate, but they moved Castro to second. And in the end, again, it all worked out to be where we thought it was about a minute ago, with runners on first and second. Now Nelson Velasquez steps in and takes a strike, and the iCubs bullpen with 2 on and nobody out in the Omaha 6th will get back to work. Runners lead. Martin comes home and sneaks a fastball at 95 past Velasquez again. Another heater from Riley Martin, and that one had a little bit extra behind it. A 7-2 lead here. Still a lot of baseball to be played on a Saturday afternoon. Omaha trying to get something back. Velasquez looks at a fastball higher than the last as Martin tried to keep climbing the ladder there. A look back at second. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Martin got a foul tip, it turns out, from Velasquez right into the mid of Reese McGuire, who hangs on. And Martin has his first strikeout. That is the first out of inning number 6. And now a double play gets you out of the inning. The problem is Tyler Tolbert is at the plate, and he is not much of a double play candidate. Now action in both bullpens. A lefty throwing for Omaha, a right-hander up for the iCubs. In at first is Jonathan Long, and Martin misses upstairs to Tolbert, who today has put down a sac bunt and struck out looking. He's 0 for 1. Machado back at third as Tolbert looks at a fastball for a strike. Phil Bickford is the right-hander up for the iCubs down the left field line. Next pitch to Tolbert, swing and a miss. Good slider down and in. Started over the plate, and that one ended up down around the calves or the shins of Tyler Tolbert, who is now behind 1-2 and uses his timeout. But he puts the ball in play on the ground, especially. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Got options to force at every base here if he does that. Martin looking for a strikeout and ran a fastball upstairs. The Iowa Cubs rotation with Connor Nolan throwing well yesterday. Jordan Wicks today with a solid outing. And tomorrow, Chris Flexen. 2-2 in the dirt, and it's full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Then, ostensibly to begin the Indianapolis series, Caleb Killian and Cade Horton would still be left in that rotation in whatever order they decide to throw them, but that's a pretty good group of 5 to open a year with. Payoff pitch from Martin to Tolbert. It's downstairs, ball 4. 3 walks in the inning. And the bases are full of storm chasers with 1 out of the 6. Artie Peavy, the Iowa Cubs manager, will climb the dugout steps and take the baseball from Riley Martin. They're going to hand it to Phil Bickford, it appears, and now the call has officially been made. Another Plumbers and Steamfitters pitching change with the bases loaded for Omaha. They trail by 5 in the 6th inning. Phil Bickford going to try and help the iCubs out of a jam when we come back on Marquee Sports Network.
Get ready for 2 nights of live music at Principal Park. Join us Friday, May 23rd for a rock show featuring the Pork Tornadoes, Damon Dotson, and the Punching Pandas. Then on Saturday, May 24th, country star Craig Campbell takes the stage with Jordan Beam and Brad Morgan. Both shows start at 6 p.m. with gates opening at 5. General admission is just $15 per night or $25 for both. Upgrade to a hospitality package or go all in with a Bud Club table for the ultimate concert experience. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
Whether it's a Friday night or the 4th of July celebration, Iowa Cubs fans truly love the great fireworks shows at Principal Park each and every season. J&M Displays is the longtime provider of all Iowa Cubs fireworks shows. J&M Displays is ready to help with any event or celebration you have in mind. Their experienced team of expert pyrotechnicians are creative and highly trained to make your event one that will never be forgotten for fireworks and special effects. Call on J&M Displays, one of the largest suppliers in the Midwest. Go to jnmdisplays.com for more information.
Now back to the ballpark for Iowa Cubs baseball on Hope 940.
On the mound for the Iowa Cubs. Bases are loaded on 3 walks from Riley Martin. So not the easiest situation for the right-hander Bickford. 29-year-old from Ventura, California, 6'4". Bickford with plenty of big league experience. His first outing with the Iowa Cubs will come in a semi-big spot here. It's a 7-2 lead, but one swing of the bat could pull Omaha back within 1. It'll be the 9-hitter initially for Omaha. Cam Devaney, who singled in his last at-bat. That turned into the outfield assist from Kevin Alcantara that kept the Iowa Cubs in the lead. At the time, it was 3-2. They've added 4 runs since. So Bickford out of the stretch with the bases full. Comes home with his first pitch, and it's bounced foul by Devaney. Bickford, over 5 years in the big leagues, has appeared in 187 games, most recently with the Yankees last year. He was with the other New York team, the Mets, in 23, as well as the Dodgers, and also with Milwaukee early on in his career. 0-1. Downstairs and off the outside corner at 93 miles per hour. Last year, I mentioned he pitched briefly for the New York Yankees, but spent a bulk of the year in AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre. 39 appearances there with a 3.40 ERA. 1-1 to Devaney is too far outside. 2 balls and a strike. Eight games with the big league club in New York last year. His 2-1 is home, and tap foul by Devaney again on the ground of the backstop. Ground ball here would completely get the Iowa Cubs out of the jam. Bases full for Omaha. 2-2. Called strike 3 right at the top of the zone. And Devaney looking skyward as he makes his way back to the dugout. Phil Bickford with a big pitch there. No place to put him. And froze him at the top of the zone. So now it's up to John Rave, the leadoff hitter. 1 for 3 with a double today. He has scored a run. 7-2 I-Cubs. Bickford trying to keep it that way. First pitch upstairs to Rave. Tell you what, if Phil Bickford gets it out here, Riley Martin may take care of Phil's dinner tonight. He is still not allowed to run this inning. And it's a strike, 1-1. Martin walked the bases loaded with a strikeout in the middle, and now Bickford a couple of quality pitches away from keeping Omaha off the board entirely. Omaha trying not to miss out on a big opportunity to get right back in the game. Bickford home, swinging a miss with a good slider, and now he's 1 pitch away from ending the inning. Looking in for the side from McGuire. Bickford nods, comes set. First base side of the rubber. Here it is, outside to Rave. Tried to sinker, down and away. They are playing Rave to pull. The shortstop Cowles behind the runner at second. A big hole on the left side. And the 2-2 coming home. High and outside, ball 3. So everybody will be on the move here with this 3-2 pitch with the bases loaded in the 6th inning. It's a 5-run Iowa lead for now. Bickford comes set, Runners have their leads. There they go. 3-2 pitch. Slider down and in. Ball 4, the fourth walk of the inning. And Omaha has another run on the board. It's 7-3 Iowa now, as John Rave collects his first RBI of the season. Harold Castro crosses home plate. Maley to third, Tolbert to second, and the batter is Nick Lofton. Lofton has not been a pleasant at bat for iCubs pitching today. A single and 2 walks. First pitch here. Bickford missed, down and away. Ball 1. I have some reports that the audio and video are now back in sync. If you're watching with us on Marquee, thanks for hanging with us there. People a lot smarter than me figured it out. 1-0 pitch right down the chute for strike 1. One swing of the bat here from this being a tie game for Omaha. Nick Lofton hit 7 home runs in 58 games a year ago for the Storm Chasers. Bickford home. There's strike 2 called on the upper part of the inside corner. Lofton having a word with the home plate umpire, but not willing to challenge. Again, they have 1 remaining. After pitcher Chandler Champlain was unsuccessful on a challenge earlier. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It comes home and is lined to deep center field. Christian Franklin going back. It's over his head off the base of the wall. 2 runs have scored. A third runner coming around third. He will score as well. And Omaha is right back in this baseball game on a bases clearing 3-run double from Nick Lofton. Tying run at second base in the blink of an eye. And Lofton has 2 hits tonight, his first 3 RBI of the season. And what was a semi-comfortable 7-2 lead when the inning began is now 7-6. And Tyler Gentry could tie it. He swings away, hits a fly ball to center. This should be playable for Franklin, and it is. So Riley Martin and Phil Bickford run into some trouble in the 6th inning. It's now a 1-run game, and the iCubs offense is going to look to add some more in the bottom of the 6th when we return on Marquee Sports Network.
The Iowa Cubs and Central Iowa Mechanical are proud to pay tribute to our community's military, law enforcement, fire, and first responder service members all season long at Principal Park and our Salute to Service program. An active duty or veteran of military service, law enforcement, professional firefighter, or first responder will be recognized on the field before the game. To nominate your candidate to be honored in the field in the Iowa Cubs Central Iowa Mechanical Salute to Service program, visit iowacubs.com.
Escape to paradise at Principal Park for Margaritaville night on Friday, June 14th. Enjoy a night of island vibes with a live performance by Banana Wind, a Hawaiian t-shirt giveaway to the first 1,000 fans, and the ultimate feast, a cheeseburger and margarita special. Kick back, soak up the summer fun, and enjoy baseball with a tropical twist. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com. Great news! 2025 Iowa Cubs season tickets are still available, and there's no better place to spend your summer than out at the ballpark. You'll get access to the best seats at the best price, free parking, invitation to member-only events, and so much more. Let's take your fandom to the next level and become a season ticket member today. Call 515-243-6111 or visit iowacubs.com to buy your tickets. We can't wait to see you at Principal Park.
Let's get back to Iowa Cubs baseball on Hope 940 with Jason Kemp.
Four-run 6th inning for the Omaha Storm Chasers have brought them back within 1. 7-6 the score. And Reese McGuire will lead off the bottom of the 6th against a new pitcher for the Omaha Storm Chasers. This is going to be left-hander Austin Cox in the game. Plumbers and Steamfitters pitching change for Omaha. Cox to the plate, bunted toward the left side by McGuire, and it takes one big bounce foul toward the Iowa dugout. McGuire has walked and hit a 3-run home run back in the 4th inning. Austin Cox, 6'4", 235 pounds, 27 years old, from Forsyth, Georgia. Signed as a free agent in January with Kansas City. And here's a ground ball from McGuire to short, right at Cam Devaney near the base. Throws him out. One away. Back to the top of the order in Christian Franklin, who's worked a couple of walks. Franklin, 2 hits yesterday, 2 walks today. One with the bases loaded, earned him an RBI. He swings away and pops it up high above home plate. Now trending toward the mound. A call off late by the third baseman Lofton as the pitcher Cox had to get out of the way in a hurry. You never want the pitcher trying to handle one of those. And Lofton finally came crashing in from third to take care of it. And there are 2 gone for Owen Casey, who's 0 for 3. Casey got off to a semi-slow start yesterday before launching a home run in the 7th inning. This pitch cut on and missed, and Casey behind 0-1. Owen has struck out a couple of times and flied to right. And this pitch backs Casey out of the box, so it's even a ball to strike. Casey slowly hovers that bat over his shoulder. Cox home lefty on lefty and gets ahead 1-2 with a fastball. This game, which at one point was one-sided in the I-Cubs' favor, now just 7-6. Casey able to check his swing at a slider in the dirt. He has worked it even. In the bottom of the order has done much of the heavy lifting today. The Iowa Cubs have 9 hits. From the 5-hitter Cowles down, that's where most of his hits have come from. Here's a swing and a miss. Casey chasing down and away. The ball pops away briefly from Maley, who throws to first and completes the strikeout. Austin Cox with a good inning for Omaha in the 6th. 1/3 of this ball game remains. We've got a good one on day 2 of the 2025 season. 7-6 Iowa over Omaha on Marquee Sports Network.
Your premier Chevy dealers, proud to be presenting sponsors of the Iowa Cubs Kids Club and proud to be part of Team Chevy, the #1 selling brand in Iowa for the past 10 years. Thanks to a talented roster that includes versatile SUVs like Equinox and dependable trucks like Silverado. Visit moreiowansdrivechevy.com today to find exciting offers and a dealer near you based on IHS Markit CYE 2010 to 2020 new vehicle retail registrations in the state of Iowa.
A 10-game flex pack is the perfect way to experience all of the fun of an Iowa Cubs game at Principal Park while not being tied to a set of dates. Create a customized experience just for you. Use all 10 tickets for one game or mix and match them over multiple visits. The choice is yours. Flex pack tickets are good for any game all season long. Visit iowacubs.com to get yours today.
Looking for the perfect home? Artisan Management Group has you covered at Cityville on 9th, the Iowa Cubs home away from home. With a resort-style pool, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an expansive dog park, they've got all the bases covered. Choose studio, 1, 2, or 3-bedroom apartments, all just a home run distance from Principal Park. Find your perfect place at cityvilleon9th.com or explore all their communities at artisanmanagementgroup.com. Cityville on 9th. Live well, live artisan.
Iowa Cubs baseball lives here on Hope 940. And now, Jason Kemp.
So Bickford stays on for the Iowa Cubs. Joey Weimer, the cleanup hitter, will lead off for Omaha. He's 0 for 3 today. It's a one-run game, 7-6. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Omaha. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the I-Cubs. After Weimer, it'll be Castro and Maley to up here. And we're waiting as first the cart that drove around the warning track was a little bit late getting through the outfield wall, and then a fan in the bleachers in right center field dropped the ball onto the field, and Owen Casey had to go take care of that. So Weimer, who has grounded out and flied twice to center, is in on the right side. Swings to the first pitch, got jammed, and floated it foul into the net above the Omaha dugout for strike 1. Omaha has a man tossing in their bullpen, Jonathan Bolin. Meanwhile, the iCubs bullpen is quiet for now. Home to Weimer and another strike 0-2. You look at who the iCubs have used. They had to use 6 pitchers in the win yesterday, so Brandon Hughes should be available yet today. Luke Little has not taken the mound yet either. Weimer in protection mode. Lines one foul into the top of the seats on the first base side. He's been aggressive in this at-bat. Castro to follow, and then Luke Maley. Weimer holds that bat on his right shoulder, steps out of the box, and a pitch clock violation was called on Phil Bickford. That's why Weimer was stepping out of the box before the pitch was thrown. So ball 1 and strike 2 on Joey Weimer. Bickford home. Up at the top of the zone and a little bit too tall. Ball 2. Weimer, power and speed. Mostly known for his power. He came up quickly in the Brewers farm system after he was drafted. Now in his third organization. 2-2. Topped on the ground to short. Cowles backhands. Plants and the throw not in time. Weimer beat it out. And that's what I was talking about. He's really known for the power, but very athletic, and enough speed there to beat out a bouncer to short. Close play. Cowles had to stay back on the hop, and Weimer just barely beat it out. Bang, bang play at first. Leadoff man on in a one-run game for Harold Castro, who has doubled, line to first, and walked. 3 good at-bats today for Castro, and now Reese McGuire calling a timeout, and a balk has been called, I believe, on Phil Bickford. So down to second goes the tying run, Weimer. And I think Reese McGuire may have seen that a balk was close to coming, tried to call timeout and get out to the mound before it was noticed and could not do it. So not a great start to the inning here. An infield hit and then a balk. And now a base hit could tie us up with good speed at second. Castro swinging away, fouls it back off the mask of the catcher, Reese McGuire. Strike 1. Omaha trying to come all the way back from a 5-run deficit just 1 inning ago. Bickford a high leg kick, a bunt put down by Castro. Machado fielding at third, goes to first, gets the out. But a quality sacrifice for Harold Castro. It goes 5-3, and now the tying run 90 feet away as Luke Maley comes to the plate. Maley an RBI single back in the second. He struck out swinging in the 4th and walked in the 6th inning. You'd love a strikeout here from Phil Bickford. That has not been the name of the game for Iowa Cubs pitching today. But could use a big one here. Infield in for Maley. First pitch, down and away with a breaking ball, 1-0. Just 5 strikeouts, 8 walks for Iowa pitching today. Wicks, the starter, walked 4, then 3 walks for Riley Martin. Bickford with a slider right down the middle to get even a ball to strike. The Omaha bullpen has done a good job of reining in the iCubs offense, allowing the Omaha bats to get going. Bickford staring at Weimer, comes home. Bailey swinging a miss. Unable to catch up to a fastball top of the zone, and it's now 1-2 in Bickford's favor. We'll see what he and Reese McGuire dial up here in an effort to get a big out with that tying run still at third base. Phil Bickford to the plate. Slider bends outside. It's even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nelson Velasquez waiting on deck. Last night it was 15 strikeouts and 4 walks for iCubs pitchers. As the 2-2 offer. and just a little bit high. It's full 3 balls and 2 strikes. And in danger of a 9th walk here. Bickford walked 1 with the bases loaded in the 6th inning. A payoff pitch to Luke Maley. Just outside with a slider, and Bickford right to the top of his head. He's going to challenge. Will this be the second out, or will Omaha have a couple of men on base? It was strike 3, just clipping the bottom part of the outside corner, and I mean by a fraction. That's a good challenge from Phil Bickford. The iCubs still have 2 remaining, and there are now 2 outs in the 7th. So a delayed strikeout there for Phil Bickford. And now 2 outs with a man on third for Velasquez, who has walked twice, struck out at his last at-bat, and takes strike 1 here. Now that was an example of a good spot to use a challenge. 7th inning, up by a run, tying run at third, a close pitch on 3-2. Yeah, both of your challenges remaining, why not? And it paid off. The 0-1 to Velasquez, a little bit off. It's even 1-1. Phil Bickford last year with Scranton Wilkes-Barre, where he made a bulk of his appearances. And that pitch was challenged as well, and this is going to remain a ball, so it's 1-1. He got very confident after they got the last call. So now both teams with 1 challenge remaining. Was probably worth it again right there as the 1-1 comes home. Velasquez looks at a slider breaking away. But in 15 1/3 innings last year, Bickford over his strikeout per inning. He had 62 punch-outs in that time frame. Got a big one a moment ago with Maley, now trying to get Velasquez. But it's a 2-1 count in the hitter's favor, and now 3-1 as that pitch is in the dirt. So 3-1. Velasquez waits. Pitch on the way. Check swing, and it's outside. There's the 9th walk of the game for Iowa Cubs pitchers. First one of the 7th. Now men are on the corners for Tyler Tolbert. 0 for 1 with a walk. And Tony Kagul, the pitching coach for the iCubs, will make his way to the mound. Again, a reminder that this homestand and the last home game here until mid-April for the iCubs coming up tomorrow afternoon at 1:08 p.m. That'll be Chris Flexen, who spent all of last year in the Chicago White Sox starting rotation throwing for the iCubs. And Loinder Avila will throw for Omaha. We'll have the pregame show on Hope 940 beginning at 12:40 tomorrow afternoon. Kids run the bases after the game. Again, an opportunity to meet the team, get some autographs signed from a group that is loaded with top prospects, not just in the Cubs farm system, but minor league baseball as a whole. Here is Tyler Tolbert, speedy Omaha second baseman. The left side of the infield is back for him. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at first. And the first pitch slider from Phil Bickford is upstairs for ball 1. Bickford getting up there, 35 pitches now. He's followed Jordan Wicks and Riley Martin today. Bickford home out of the stretch. Look out. Tolbert had to get out of the way of a slider that slipped out of Phil Bickford's hands. And another hitter's count for the Omaha Storm Chasers. This is the bottom of their order. Tolbert and then Devaney in the 9 spot waiting on deck. Throw to first. Back is Velasquez standing up. Big lefty Luke Little has a baseball in the Iowa Cubs pen. He's starting to throw. And Iowa had to use 6 pitchers in a 6-3 win last night. 2-0 on Tolbert. He swings and lines a base hit into left. Omaha has tied the game with 4 runs in the 6th. Now 1 run in the 7th. And they still have 2 on with 2 outs. It was 2-0 on Tolbert, and he got a fastball out over the plate and found a hole. Velasquez now the go-ahead run at second base for Cam Devaney, who is 1 for 3 out of the 9-hole today. And a 7-2 lead has been erased by the visitors from Omaha. 2 singles, a sac bunt, and a walk this inning. Here's the pitch outside. Good save by Reese McGuire, leaning across the batter's box in order to grab it. It's actually Brandon Hughes, that's throwing in the bullpen for Iowa right now. Bickford comes set. Ground ball, just foul wide of third, and the personal protector down there for the catcher in the bullpen takes care of that. That's his job after all. And back to second goes Velasquez, who was running on contact. So Cam Devaney in a big spot here, trying to give Omaha a lead again today. They led briefly 1-0 back in the second. He swings late on a fastball, however, and finds himself behind Phil Bickford 1-2. Yeah, they led 1-0, and then the I-Cubs took a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the second. That lead grew as large as 7-2. It's now 7-7. Bickford looking for one more strike to get out of the inning. And he gets it. Blowing away Devaney with a fastball. Devaney strikes out for the second time. And the top of the 7th is complete. Time to stretch here at Principal Park. We're all tied up at 7. The I-Cubs try and regain the lead after this message on Marquee Sports Network.
Make more memories together this summer. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion with friends and family, hosting clients, or treating your staff, take them to Principal Park for an unforgettable time. Groups of 25 or more qualify for reduced prices. Come eat, drink, and watch baseball as a group for as low as $7 per ticket. Visit iowacubs.com to book your outing and ask about adding on a unique group experience.
There's so much to do in downtown Des Moines. Why waste your time commuting when you come to visit? The Hampton Inn downtown sits right next to the Des Moines River at 120 Water Street and just 2 blocks north of Principal Park, 2 blocks south of Fort Avenue Entertainment District, and a short walk from the East Village. Stay at a great room with free Wi-Fi and breakfast during your stay. Don't sit on the sidelines. Call 515-244-1650 to book a room at the Hampton Inn downtown and be part of the action in downtown Des Moines.
Feel the power, feel the speed, feel extreme. Cubs fans, get Extreme powered by Mediacom and experience streaming so real you can feel it. Whether you're live streaming the game or streaming your favorite series, with supercharged speeds up to 1 gig and powerful whole home Wi-Fi, you're in it. Their 100% gigabit technology network was built to take you further. Get ready to feel it. Extreme powered by Mediacom.
More Iowa Cubs baseball with Jason Kemp on Hope 940.
Welcome back to Principal Park here in downtown Des Moines. A brand new ball game. 7-7 is the score. Iowa Cubs had a 7-2 lead, but it's now all tied up. Kevin Alcantara will lead off. In the 7th inning, had his first hit in his last at bat back in the 4th. First pitch here is downstairs for ball 1. Jonathan Bolin, a right-hander, is into the game for Omaha. Austin Cox threw 1 inning. He's the 4th pitcher for the Storm Chasers. And he throws a fastball at the knees in 93. To even the count on Alcantara. Alcantara with a big outfield assist earlier tonight. That's the reason the game's tied. Waits for the 1-1 and waves through a slider. Good pitch from Bolin. Spells his name B-O-W-L-A-N. 7th professional season now for Jonathan Bolin, a 28-year-old from Arlington, Tennessee, and a former 2nd-round pick. Alcantara used his timeout. Bolin coming back. Hard ground ball left side. Sliding backhand stop by Devaney. Long throw is high, and it pulls the first baseman Castro off the bag. And Alcantara is aboard. I would imagine that'll be an infield hit. Tough play for Devaney, who backhanded on his knees in the outfield grass. And then threw the ball very high toward first, and that is confirmed by the official score. An infield hit for Alcantara to start the bottom of the 7th. And he's aboard for Moises Ballesteros. 0 for 3 today for the designated hitter, just 21 years of age. They play him heavy to pull to the right side of the infield. Bolin checks the runner and deals. And he tried a slider, and it missed off the outside corner for ball 1. See how aggressive Alcantara is over at first. Stays put here, and Ballesteros takes a low strike. Going a big guy, 6'6", 235. To Ballesteros, ground ball to first. Castro picks it up, goes to second for 1, back to first, and Ballesteros beat it out. They get the lead runner, Alcantara, and that's a trade that Omaha will take. Alcantara's speed is off the bases. Ballesteros now at first. Did a good job to beat out potential double play that time. And he's aboard with 1 down for Ben Cowles, 1 for 3. Big gap in left center, wide open out there for Cowles, who popped up the first pitch. Left side of the infield. Nick Lofton in fair territory made the catch, about halfway between home plate and third base. There are 2 away for James Triatos, who has a couple of hits today. On the way, some roster news. The Iowa Cubs traded Cody Poteet to the Baltimore Orioles for cash today after Poteet was DFA'd just prior to the start of our season last night. Triatos looks at strike 1 call. Tie game here. Bottom of the 7th, 18 combined hits, 10 of them for the Iowa Cubs. Chest high set of the pitch. Upstairs, Triatos with an easy take that time. It's even a ball and a strike now. The I-Cubs have not scored since a 4-run 4th inning. All of their 7 runs have come in 2 different innings today. Triatos, hard ground ball left side. Devaney another chance on the grass. Throws across his body and on the money to get Triatos and end the inning. Another quality play from the shortstop, Cam Devaney. And despite a leadoff single, the I-Cubs come up empty in the 7th. On to the 8th, tied at 7 on Marquee Sports Network.
Whether it's a Friday night or the 4th of July celebration, Iowa Cubs fans truly love the great fireworks shows at Principal Park each and every season. J&M Displays is a longtime provider of all Iowa Cubs fireworks shows. J&M Displays is ready to help with any event or celebration you have in mind. Their experienced team of expert pyrotechnicians are creative and highly trained to make your event one that will never be forgotten for fireworks and special effects. Call on J&M Displays, one of the largest suppliers in the Midwest. Go to jnmdisplays.com for more information.
At Mid-American Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Cubs fans, it's time to bring down the house with Extreme, powered by Mediacom. With internet speeds up to an amazing 1 gig and supercharged whole home Wi-Fi. You'll turn your house into the hottest hotspot on the block. Play with no limits. Stream with no worries. Speed into a new dimension of power and reliability. And get ready to feel extreme. Powered by Mediacom.
Get your peanuts ready. Iowa Cubs baseball is back on Hope 940.
Back to the bullpen with the Plumbers and Steam Fitters pitching change for the Iowa Cubs as inning number 8 gets underway. Left-hander Brandon Hughes takes over on the mound. Hughes, 6'2", 29-year-old from Sterling Heights, Michigan. Signed in early February by the Chicago Cubs. He gets the top of the Omaha lineup in a 7-7 ball game. John Rave is 1 for 3 today with a double. Lefty on lefty. He takes a little bit low at 93 from Hughes. A lot of lefties in the bullpen for the Iowa Cubs early this year, and this lefty gives up a leadoff single to John Rave. A slider out over the plate. Rave turns on it and lines it into the right. He is aboard for Nick Lofton, who had the largest hit of this game so far on the Omaha side with a 3-run double back in the 6th. That made it a 1-run game. And Tyler Tolbert tied it with an RBI single 1 inning later. But Lofton has not been retired today. 2 hits, 2 walks, and 3 runs batted in. He was to the plate, showing bunt. Lofton pulled back and took a called strike 1. The Iowa Cubs had a 7-2 lead not all that long ago. Now trying to find a way to gut one out on day 2 of the season. Lofton takes off the inside quarter. It's even a ball and a strike. Brandon Hughes, former 16th round pick of the Cubs. Made his big league debut with Chicago in 2022. He was with Arizona last year. Ball and a strike. Southpaw delivers. Strike 2 called on the inside edge. And again, Lofton not thrilled about that one being rubbed up as a strike. And he is, in fact, going to challenge it. It was near the inside corner. He felt like it was too far inside, and he was correct. So instead of 1 and 2, it's 2 and 1 in favor of the Omaha batter. Tough part of the order here to navigate for Brandon Hughes, who stares at the runner at first, John Rave, and comes home with a slider biting over the back door. Strike 2. This spring, Brandon Hughes pitched in 5 games for the Cubs, 4 2/3 innings of work. Made 15 appearances, mainly out of the bullpen for the Diamondbacks last year. Break-even pitch. Here it comes. Strike 3 called. A fastball down around the knees, and another challenge here, initiated by Nick Lofton. Second challenge of the at-bat. This time he is wrong. That full baseball in the strike zone. And now Omaha is out of challenges, and Nick Lofton strikes out. He's finally retired here in Game 2 of the series. And there's 1 out with John Rave at first base for Tyler Gentry. 0 for 4 today. Does have an RBI on a ground out back in the 3rd that brought in a run. Runner goes. Slider is low. Throw to second is late. Go-ahead run in scoring position for Omaha now. John Rave got a good jump that time. He stole a base yesterday on 2 different occasions. That's his 3rd of the year. Gentry drove in a run last night with a double. Check swing, and that pitch down and away. Did not go. 2 balls and no strikes, and they do appeal to the base umpire who is standing near second base. A delayed appeal. No, plate umpire's call is confirmed. He did not go. So the 2-0 pitch. There's a slider over to get Brandon Hughes in the zone for the first time in this at-bat. Michigan State product, Brandon Hughes. On the way, swing and a miss with a slider breaking down and in. Gentry tried to slow down his swing, could not do it. Brandon Hughes spent most of last year with the Diamondbacks in AAA Reno. He was great there. 2.77 ERA in 40 appearances. Here's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Back to the slider on the outer part of the plate. 2 away in the 8th inning, and Joey Weimer is the batter. Tying run, or pardon me, the go-ahead run on second, and 2 outs. And he's known for power and speed. We've seen the speed on display today. Beat out an infield single to lead off the 7th, and that allowed him to score the tying run on a 2-out single by Tyler Tolbert. First pitch here, down and in, pops away from McGuire, but I'm going to say it hit Joey Weimer, and so Reese McGuire chasing the ball could slow down that pursuit. There'll be 2 on now for Harold Castro. That just caught Weimer off the inside corner. That's part of the reason it did pop away from the iCubs backstop. So Harold Castro has a chance here. Maybe a better matchup, though, for Hughes with a right-handed hitter in Weimer. Now you got the lefty Castro in. And he takes a fastball down below the knees at 93 for ball 1. Castro officially 1 for 2 with a double. He's also walked and put down a sac bunt. He scored a couple of runs. Now has a chance to give Omaha the lead. He takes low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 9 walks today for iCubs pitching. And 1 hit batter as of just a moment ago. Hitters count 2-0. Castro takes high and in, and it's ball 3. On deck is Luke Maley. The offense has slowed down for the iCubs. Omaha's has picked up. 3-0 pitch, and to get me over. Fastball is in for a strike. Omaha looking for another big hit here, all of the one earlier from Nick Lofton to tie the game. Here it comes. Outside corner strike, and it's full. Castro was ready to take his shin guard off and head to first. But, yeah, they don't have a challenge remaining. Now the runners will be on the move. 3-2, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Hughes to the plate, and it's downstairs. Ball 4, 10th walk of the game for Iowa Cubs pitchers. And the bases are full of storm chasers for Luke Maley. The bases have been loaded on a single, a hit batter, and a walk now. 11 free base runners doled out to Omaha. Now Maley, the right-handed hitter, swings to the first pitch, late on it, lines it foul. The Iowa Cubs have used most of their available pitchers in the bullpen. Luke Little would be the one guy we have not seen yet, as the 0-1 runs upstairs to even the count, a ball and a strike. So 21 pitches, 11 balls, 10 strikes from Brandon Hughes, who does have a couple of strikeouts this inning. Gentry and Lofton. He's home with the 1-1. That's high and outside. And he is talking to himself out on the mound, behind in the count 2-1. Again, no place to put Luke Maley here with the bases loaded in a tie game in the 8th. Big pitch here, 2-1. Hit in the air, left field, well struck. Alcantara back, turning around, and that is a grand slam for Omaha's Luke Maley. And what was a 7-2 Iowa lead is now 11-7 Omaha. Well, this game turned in the blink of an eye, and that pitch in a spot where Hughes needed to throw a strike, he did put it over the plate, and Luke Maley did not miss. A no-doubter to left field. Out in the area of the left field suites, and it's a 4-run Omaha advantage as Nelson Velasquez steps in and swings through a Hughes slider. Tough day for the bullpen of the iCubs. We're handed a 5-run lead They now trail by 4. Velasquez all over a fastball, fouled it back into the top of the net. The count 0-2. When Reese McGuire hit the 3-run home run, what feels like ages ago in the 4th, I made it 7-2. Felt pretty good about this game. Velasquez fouls another one back into the net, but that is no longer the case as Luke Maley unloaded. It has 5 RBI in the game now. Velasquez strikes out swinging, and the Omaha 8th finally comes to an end. However, they score 4 runs on a couple of hits, a walk, and a hit batter. Luke Maley's grand slam has given Omaha an 11-7 lead. We're back with the bottom of the 8th on Marquee Sports Network.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Musco Sports Lighting is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Cubs. Since 1976, Musco has called Iowa home while creating the most innovative sports lighting solutions in the world. Musco's LED system improves visibility and creates light shows to celebrate everything from a home run to another iCubs win. From Principal Park to community fields to the biggest stadiums in the world, Musco creates a better experience for players and fans. Learn more at musco.com.
Make more memories together this summer. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion with friends and family, hosting clients, or treating your staff, take them to Principal Park for an unforgettable time. Groups of 25 or more qualify for reduced prices. Come eat, drink, and watch baseball as a group for as low as $7 per ticket. Visit iowacubs.com to book your outing and ask about adding on a unique group experience.
Hope 940 is your home for Iowa Cubs baseball all summer long.
Well, if you were tuned in earlier and then went away for a moment and just came back now, this game looks a lot different. 11-7 Omaha as Jonathan Long leads off. A grand slam from Luke Maley, the difference. The first pitch in the bottom of the 8th is over for a strike. Nine unanswered runs for Omaha. Still time, though, for the iCubs as Jonathan Long swings and misses. Jonathan Bolin out for his second inning of work for Omaha. Now the 0-2 to Long. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bolin now in line. Pick up the win today if he can help Omaha hang on to a 4-run lead. One gone for Dixon Machado, who is 2 for 3. Couple of singles, couple of RBI out of the 8-hole for Machado. Off to a great start this year. 4 for 7 now with 4 runs batted in. Slider is over for a strike call. Each team with 10 hits. The difference has been the 10 walks issued by Iowa pitching. Here's a strike to Machado again, 0-2. And the starter, Jordan Wicks, walked 4, but since that point, you've had 6 combined walks in 3 innings from the bullpen. Machado goes the other way in the air down the right field line, giving chase Gentry, and that's out of play into the seats. Tapping the end of the bat on home plate. Dixon Machado. Behind the count, trying to fight his way on base, and a fastball misses high from Bolin. Bailey spread out behind the plate, set up near the corner. That pitch just missed off the outside edge, and a good take by Machado gets it back to even. Set just below the chest, and now the pitch. Breaking ball, hammered in the air, center field, but this will stay in the ballpark, and Joey Weimer is there, camped underneath it. 2 gone. A couple of folks asking for a trivia question today, and Luke Maley just hit a big grand slam for the Omaha Storm Chasers. So the last grand slam for the Iowa Cubs came a year ago in June. It was against Toledo. Can you name the Iowa Cubs player who hit the last grand slam? Reese McGuire fouls the first pitch back to the screen. You can answer broadcast at iowacubs.com or tweet at me at JKempRadio. The last grand slam for the iCubs in June last year against Toledo in this ballpark by a guy currently on the roster. The 0-1 pitch, down and in, check swing, and McGuire takes it as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. McGuire, a 3-run home run earlier today. 1 for 2 with a walk. Lines a ball toward right. Gentry going back. Look it up. His sunglasses shining blue under the sun, and makes the catch. And flipping the ball up into the seats in right field. 1-2-3 inning work by Bolin. It's a 4-run Omaha lead. 11-7 Storm Chasers as they try to even the series here on Marquee Sports Network.
Great news. 2025 Iowa Cubs season tickets are still available, and there's no better place to spend your summer than out at the ballpark. You'll get access to the best seats at the best price, free parking, invitation to member-only events, and so much more. Let's take your fandom to the next level and become a season ticket member today. Call 515-243-6111 or visit iowacubs.com to buy your tickets. We can't wait to see you at Principal Park.
The diamond shine brighter with Morrissey fine jewelry.
Sometimes you hear people talk about going out of their way to help you. Well, I'm Vince Morrissey from Morrissey Fine Jewelry, and I like to make one thing very clear. Helping you is never out of our way at Morrissey's. It's just the way we do business. We'll do whatever it takes to take care of you. Stop in and see us. Morrissey Fine Jewelry, 235 5th Street in Valley Junction, West Des Moines.
Your premier Chevy dealer is proud to be presenting sponsors of the Iowa Cubs Kids Club and proud to be part of Team Chevy, the #1 selling brand in Iowa for the past 10 years. Thanks to a talented roster that includes versatile SUVs like Equinox and dependable trucks like Silverado. Visit moreiowans.drivechevy.com today to find exciting offers and a dealer near you based on IHS Market CYE 2010 to 2020 new vehicle retail registrations in the state of Iowa.
I'm Owen Casey, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
Back to the bullpen go the Iowa Cubs here in the top of the ninth, trailing Omaha 11-7. Pitching change brought to you by Plumbers and Steam Fitters. And the big right-hander Gavin Hollowell is into the game, 6'7", 27-year-old who was claimed off waivers by the Cubs in August of last year. He had a wild 2024, plenty of miles traveled by Hollowell last year. He started the season with the Colorado Rockies. Ended up with the Diamondbacks and then eventually settled with the Cubs. Here's Tyler Tolbert. A hit today, also a walk, and a fastball is upstairs out of the zone for ball 1. First pitch at 91 miles an hour from Hollowell. Out of the stretch. He misses off the outside corner again, ball 2. Taylor Clark up and throwing for Omaha. It appears he'll have bottom of the ninth. 2-0 to Tolbert, who bounces the ball to short. Cowell's not going to waste any time getting it over to first. A little bit low, but long, able to stretch and dig it out for the first out of the inning. Yeah, Hollowell last year Started the year on the injured list and then came back on a rehab assignment in the Arizona Complex League. Eventually made it to Albuquerque at AAA, and then Arizona claimed him off waivers. This pitch downstairs to Cam Devaney, ball one. Devaney, the shortstop, 1 for 4. A couple of nice defensive plays today. He was recalled by the Diamondbacks on July 2nd, but then optioned the next day back to AAA Reno. Hollowell misses downstairs, and it's 2-0. Then the Cubs claimed him off waivers in August. Pitched in the Cubs farm system for a little bit as well. There's a strike, 2-1 from Hollowell. He is the 5th pitcher on the hill for the iCubs today. Here's a breaking ball hammered in the air, way back to left, and another no-doubt home run for the Omaha Storm Chasers. This one from Cam Devaney, and they have poured it on now. It's 12-7. A no-doubter off the bat of Cam Devaney. And that's now 10 unanswered runs for the Omaha Storm Chasers, who have turned a 7-2 Iowa lead into a 12-7 lead of their own. And every reliever who has come into the game today for the iCubs has given up at least 1 run. As John Rave swings away and pops up a ball foul into the seats down the left field line. Riley Martin allowed 3. Phil Bickford a pair. Brandon Hughes a grand slam in the last inning. Luke Maley was charged with 4 runs, and now Hollowell allowed the home run here to Devaney. Rave looks at the pitch a little bit in off the plate, and it's even 1-1. Unless the iCubs have some magic in the bottom of the 9th, tomorrow's finale will be the rubber match of this series. Ground ball to first, backhanded by Jonathan Long deep in the hole, throws to Hollowell covering, and with long strides he gets there. And plenty of time for out number 2. And with 2 outs and the bases empty, Nick Lofton will step in. Again, he had been 4 for 4 in terms of getting on base until he struck out looking in the 8th. Hollowell fires a strike, upper part of the inside corner. Triantos, the second baseman, shifted up the middle, and a line drive the other way will get down for a base hit. The 12th of the game for Omaha, 3rd for Nick Lofton. Tyler Gentry will get another opportunity, 1 for 5, make that 0 for 5 with an RBI. Ground out brought in a run back in the 3rd inning. It was the 2nd run scored by Omaha. They scored first today, then the Iowa Cubs took a 3-1 lead. It was trimmed to 3-2 as slider is chased for strike 1 by Gentry. Then 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th for the good guys. The iCubs gave them a 7-2 lead, but since that point, 10 straight for Omaha. Ground ball back to the mound. Hollowell has it, jogs across the mound, and flips it overhand to Jonathan Long to end the inning. 1 more tacked on by Omaha. Solo home run from Cam Devaney, and the iCubs need 5 to keep this one going and 6 to win it in the 9th on Marquee Sports Network.
Looking for the perfect home? Artisan Management Group has you covered at Cityville on 9th. The Iowa Cubs home away from home with a resort-style pool, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an expansive dog park. They've got all the bases covered. Choose a studio, 1, 2, or 3-bedroom apartments, all just a home run distance from Principal Park. Find your perfect place at cityvilleon9th.com or explore all their communities at artisanmanagementgroup.com. Cityville on 9th. Live well, live artisan.
Escape to paradise at Principal Park for Margaritaville night on Friday, June 14th. Enjoy a night of island vibes with a live performance by Banana Wind, a Hawaiian t-shirt giveaway to the first 1,000 fans, and the ultimate feast, a cheeseburger and margarita special. Kick back, soak up the summer fun, and enjoy baseball with a tropical twist. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
At Mid-American Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
I'm Darius Hill, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
Omaha trying to finish off their first win of the season as the I-Cubs come to bat in the bottom of the ninth. Beautiful Saturday in Des Moines. 12-7 Omaha, though. Top of the order for the I-Cubs facing a new pitcher, Taylor Clark, 31-year-old right-hander who was with Nashville a year ago. The I-Cubs saw him while he was there. Now with the Kansas City Royals and throwing for the Omaha Storm Chasers for the first time tonight. Christian Franklin 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. And Taylor Clark out of the stretch comes inside on Franklin, ball one. Just looking for base runners at this point if you're the Iowa Cubs. Pretty good spring for Taylor Clark. He threw 9 innings, allowed 2 runs. And Franklin takes outside again, ball 2. This is the 11th professional season for Clark, a product of the College of Charleston, originally from Ashburn, Virginia. This pitch hammered on the ground toward third. That's gobbled up over there by Lofton, whose throw to first pulls Castro off the base. And the leadoff man is aboard. Well, there's his start. As Nick Lofton fielded the ball, but his throw was off target. And Christian Franklin is aboard. In front of Owen Casey now. Had a couple of guesses on our trivia question for the last Iowa Cubs Grand Slam. Throw to first. Franklin dives back just in time. Got a couple of incorrect guesses. I'll give you a hint. The at-bat right now is pretty important to the answer to that question. As Owen Casey takes off the plate, ball 1. I-Cubs last Grand Slam coming in June for this guy, Owen Casey. Clark checks the runner, comes home. Casey takes out of the zone again, ball 2. 3 different organizations for Taylor Clark, the Diamondbacks, the Brewers, the Royals. 183 games in the big leagues. Casey takes outside, ball 3. The Iowa Cubs trying to put something together here in the ninth. We've already seen Omaha erase a 5-run deficit. Now they lead by 5. 3 outs to work with and the 3-0 pitch. Casey taking all the way. There's ball 4. And there are 2 on with nobody out. Well, that's all you can do is put men on base. That's the 5th walk today for Omaha pitching. Their first one since the 4th inning, though. It's gone the other way for the Iowa Cubs. They've walked a bunch of hitters today, 10 of them. And most of those have come late in the game. 2 on for Kevin Alcantara, 2 for 4 today. And he takes a slider for a strike this time. Franklin reaching on an error. Casey draws a walk. Need a couple of more base runners here. Bring the tying run to the plate. Clark for Alcantara. Line drive toward the right field corner. Twisting toward the line in a foul ball. A couple of feet wide of the chalk. That did not have home run distance for Alcantara. Alcantara walks his way slowly back into the batter's box. He thought it was foul initially, then started to jog as it got closer to dropping. Thought maybe that had a chance to stay fair. Clark ahead 0-2. 2 on, nobody out. In the ninth with the I-Cubs down by 5. Contour uses his timeout. Frankwood at second, Casey at first. Clark's pitch, foul tipped into the mid of Maley, who hangs on, and that's the first out here in the ninth inning. And Moises Ballesteros will come to the plate. He's 0 for 4, grounded into a double play in the fourth inning. It's been 3 ground balls and a strikeout for Ballesteros, and now Luke Maley wants to visit and chat with Taylor Clark prior to this at-bat. If you're watching on Marquee Sports Network, this game will leave the airwaves at the top of the hour at 6 o'clock. You can watch the rest of the game on the Marquee Sports Network app. So if we get to 6, and this game is taken off the airwaves again, you can find us to finish the game on the app. Moises Ballesteros takes a pitch that bounced in front of home plate for ball 1. The iCubs certainly hoping it goes past 6, which would give them time here to complete a bit of a comeback late, down by 5. Ballesteros standing straight-legged in the left-hand batter's box. He swings on top of a changeup and taps it foul on the ground first base side. Clark is the 5th pitcher for Omaha. Chandler Champlain, the starter, allowed 7 runs on 7 hits in 3+ innings. Their bullpen has been great. Andrew Hoffman, Austin Cox, and Jonathan Bolin. Here's a hard ground ball from Ballesteros, fielded by the second baseman Tolbert to second for 1. On to first, it's a double play, and the ball game is over. So, in fact, we finished in the nick of time here in Des Moines on Marquee Sports Network. The Iowa Cubs fall for the first time in 2025 as Omaha scores the final 10 runs in this one to knock off the Iowa Cubs by a score of 12-7. Omaha 12 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. The Iowa Cubs 7 runs on 10 hits and no errors in this one. The loss will go to Brandon Hughes in his first appearance out of the bullpen. He